real ice cream pisses me the
Guys.
fuck off.
Let's relax. It's not important. Let's move on.
I was never upset.
What people
You
eat
were
in
never
their
upset,
free time
okay.
doesn't matter.
It does if it's wrong.
No, it doesn't. You don't eat it, right? So why do you care?
I
Just move on.
just feel so strongly that other people shouldn't eat it.
No, it's totally cool to like just like non-basic things because you're special now and blah blah blah. But you know,
Okay, vanilla boy.
Why am I catching
Yeah.
strays?
it's all good, man. Vanilla, pistache, lemon, maybe some vanilla chocolate sometimes.
You're
you know,
so
very-
French, dude. You're so French.
You're my little pistachio, actually, you little cutie pie. Look at you.
What
Oh,
does that mean?
giggling, my little pistachio.
Tony's saying that, and we seeing only the Zinni portrait is just.
True.
Tony is
Comedy.
just Zinni, let's be real.
She is Zinni.
Okay. I'm ready to go. Let's get the music on.
Here we go. Here we go.
Don't be messing with the soundboard, all right?
Evil.
You fucker.
Why did you look behind you? Oh my god!
I heard fucking knocking and I was like, the fuck?
Wow, you got baited hard.
Okay. Let's go. Last we left off, the Wayward Wanderers awoke in Settleton and went about their business in the city. Firstly, a trip to the House of Records, and handing over the paperwork to formally title Cedric as Duke Grimscorn, and that Grimscorn Manor was officially theirs. Secondly, they paid a small trip to the Stonebound Archive. Perusing their massive variety of books, they learned of the city's early settlings, a bunch of interesting facts like how the wall as it stands today is the wall as it stood back when the city was first founded. But with their small errands aside, at midday they approached Teremuth Harsberg's house. The very well-known, eccentric employer of the Lost Seekers. Norden, his butler, granted them entry, and they went upstairs to speak with Terry in his study. There he greeted them and thanked them heartily for finding Randlin's journal. The group also broke the news to Terry that Presso had been murdered. Something that he did not take well. After telling Terry of the giant doors and symbols they found, which resembled that of Nibblegup and Halfthorpe Manor, Terry's mind was blown. With all his neurons firing and him constantly repeating that he was on the cusp of something great, he sent the group back to the Stonebound Archive to read something that he had personally acquired and was storing there. Making their way back, the group was shocked to find it was a diary of one of the original settlers, Gendrick Callanor, a man who seemed to be a cleric of Agraphis and the trials and tribulations he faced in settling on this island. With all manner of different ideas exploding in their brains, they will soon head back to Terry to present their findings to him. Wayward Wanderers, I must remind you, every action has a consequence. Forgotten histories like this are usually forever lost to time. The fact that you've been presented with such an ancient artifact that by all means has no right to exist is close to an impossibility. Treat it with the care and reverence it deserves and recognize the truly monumental position you find yourselves in. So, here among these dusty tomes and old relics, what would you like to do?
We've just read it and we need to move on now, is that it?
You can stay here discussing in character if you would like
Okay.
what's going on.
Okay, so throughout this whole time, while reading the journal, you guys see an extremely bizarre picture, basically. Well, not picture, but Anxie looks extremely weird. Because you've seen her read stuff before and her being rather excited whenever she's in a library, but you've never seen her like that. She just looks like a cartoon character. Whenever she's reading a new sentence, or she's coming up with another idea. You see her. We see a little bluish sparks coming out of her head, as if her brain is frying, because she's just learning so many new things that make no sense to her immediately, but they just create new ideas. And you also just see her eyes almost coming out of her eye sockets. With every new paragraph, they just live further and further outside of her eye sockets, and it just looks so bizarre. But it's just her being extremely enamored with the whole journal. And once she's done, she waits for everyone else to finish reading it while buzzing with excitement. And once everyone's done, she just starts talking a bunch of nonsense. Guys, what are you saying? This guy thought that Agripis taught him to come to the island. What does all of that mean? How these new settlers found a person that was calling himself a baron, and he single-handedly dealt with a bunch of shamblers, and him having a manor that's near, well, south of the place they settled in, which is presumably Settleton that we are currently in. And how does any of that make sense? How was this man managing to get from his manor to Settleton within a day when the manor was a few days away from it? How does any of that make sense? Is it connected to the doors? And she just continues rambling all of these things that are coming up to her mind after reading the journal, just buzzing with excitement.
It doesn't make sense that he was able to travel that quickly. There's got to be something more to him than just being an average guy.
Yeah. He must have been sent here by something bigger, or maybe he unlocked an insane power. Maybe the cryptic has something to do with it. And
Well, we already know that teleportation circles exist. Well, could be do.
what he
mean,
was
the interesting thing
teleporting
is,
in the middle of nowhere.
if he so he obviously knows he's teleporting, because otherwise it's like, how
Mhm.
can we get that far?
Mm-hmm.
But you'd think he'd mention that in the journal, not just saying he just
No.
returns.
He just returns. There is something to it. And why would he go every night to the manor? What was he dealing with? Like, there were no people to presumably
Yeah,
take care
you'd
of.
think he'd just camp up, where they were, sort of thing.
So was he meeting someone? Was there Baron's meetup somewhere? And why does it seem like everything is related to the damn doors? I wonder something. If this was so long ago, when people were first settling, but obviously there were other creatures on the island, even presumably people. Does that mean the druids might have known something? Maybe Adrialis knows more of it? Maybe that's the barons he's worked on with in the past?
It would make sense, yeah, that Adrianus does know more, and given the way he acted or responded when I asked for more information, I'm convinced he knows.
He
a lot
must.
more, just not
There's
ready to
just
share it yet.
there's just so much. We've just learned so much information from this piece of from this document.
Yeah, we've learned a lot.
I wonder what he knows more. Terramut. What if he knows more than that?
Oh yeah, he
Just
must do. He's been looking into it for years.
You saw how he looked when we told him about the doors. What if he's made a connection because of it?
I mean, there must be a reason he told us to look at this specific thing.
I think we should go back. as quick as possible. We need to talk to him.
Yeah, we do. And is it possible that there's another of these doors in Settleton?
Maybe not in Settleton, but
Close by enough that the Baron was using the door to
if
somehow
he
cut
was
off?
using the door. It does seem like there was simply nothing here when people were settling, and I would assume, based on the information provided in the document, that what's currently the inner city with the wall is what they built back then, because they were told to build a wall around themselves to protect themselves from the monsters, right?
Yeah.
But
You have a question, actually. So isn't Dragon's Rest just the name of a like a city, but wasn't it? It doesn't have like a Ral name, no, as well. Similar to like Ralverkill and all that, or Ral Nipplecup.
No, Dragon's
Sorry,
Rest
Dragon's
has
Rest.
been named Dragon's Rest as long as you've been here. It's in fact
Okay.
been your home city, named as such because the trade barons that run the city and run the valley through the scarred peaks sit like dragons above their horde, quite literally elevated above the rest of society in buildings
I'm-
kept
I'm
aloft
just
above the
curious
regular
because
populace.
they built Dragon's Rest exactly where they initially landed, but these
they
settlers
didn't
decided
build
that
it.
wasn't suitable for some reason.
Oh,
So Dragon's Rest wasn't there when these guys landed, but they landed on that
What?
beach where Dragon's Rest is.
yeah, they just said it wasn't good enough because of the sand and whatnot. And they probably just wanted to go further into the island a bit.
Okay, just interesting because if you're settling on a new island, you think you'd want to be near the coast to be resupplied and so on.
Yeah, well,
You wouldn't want to go further in initially.
I suppose, but they seem to want to go further in. Because they literally said that they had 3 options, because the place they got to, they didn't like because of the sand and just didn't seem good enough to settle there.
I'm just thinking anyway. Just with what Randy said about there being something really obvious on the map.
Yeah, I think we should mention that to Teramut as well. About the something obvious on the map. Maybe he has an idea.
Yeah, definitely.
We head back to him.
Yeah, I think you can head back.
But also, landed in Dragon's Rest. It's already been named. Or maybe they named it.
Yeah, I was thinking that. He called it Dragon's Rest. Like,
Eh,
did they name it? Did he name it?
yes, because sand isn't tenable for a simple settlement. So we have a choice of 3, basically. So they didn't want to make something...
It's
Then.
worth noting that there's 2 mentions of dragons in the diary as well. Dragon's Rest, naming Dragon's Rest before it was actually there, and also the Baron mentioning that he fell dragons.
Could be.
It's also worth noting, Anxie, because you've been through Dragon's Rest, you would have had to come to the island. You can understand what he means by it's an untenable place for an early settlement. The entirety of Dragon's Rest, the floor is just smooth, hard stone.
Yeah.
There's no dirt, there's no rivers nearby, there's no way to
They
plant,
couldn't
grow crops
simply-
or anything. Like it genuinely is untenable without a neighboring city feeding you or something, or having a more established
Yeah.
port trade.
But by reading the document like that and them mentioning Dragon's Rest, does it seem like they actually named it that way, or does it seem like it might have had that name beforehand? There is no... Okay. Huh. Interesting.
So we're heading back to Terry for now?
I believe so. If anyone doesn't want to not do that.
No, I think we should go back.
Sure.
Okay. So, after about an hour or so of you guys reading the document together, talking over your various thoughts and ideas that you're having together, you head out of the Stoneman Archive and back to Terramuth's residence. Quick knock at the door. Norden comes and opens it. Back so soon? Would you like to
Yes,
see
hello.
Mr. Harsberg?
Please. Immediately?
I see the familiar look in your eye. Absolutely, right this way. As he's walking in front of you, guiding you through the house, he just perks up. That's a look I see all too familiar on Terry's face all the time. Must be exciting for you as much it is for him.
I mean, we just read something so special.
Quite the find,
Something
isn't
I
it?
didn't think would be able to obtain ever. Yeah, it is.
Soon you're brought to the front of Terry's study. He knocks, opens the door. The wayward wanderers is back, sire. Oh yeah, let him in, let him in. Well, you see him in his big, elaborate chair, kicks up his legs on his desk. How'd you find it? Mighty interesting, if I do say so myself. Quite the find.
Oh, I have no idea how you've managed to get your hands on it, but we are truly lucky to be able to read through this document. And I truly appreciate the opportunity to do so. I'm really thankful. There's so many things. I don't know where to start. Like, it starts with a journal of a man that felt like Agripis wanted him to come here for some reason. He felt like his god was making him come to this island and settle in it. And then there is just so much happening afterwards. They've met a baron on this island that was presumably there was not no one on it, and this baron had a manor, and also there were other barons, and even before him there was a previous. So does that mean that maybe there was actually people living on this island, but they've unlocked something evil and did and start whatever's happening to the island nowadays? Does that mean that there were people on this island that met their doom and maybe became these same shamblers that were fighting the first settlers? And does that mean that the baron himself, the powerful ones, was either obtained said power by finding the same evil thing that got unlocked on the island, or does it mean that he was sent by the gods to, maybe the Azepts, to come here and make sure that whatever's polluting the island doesn't pollute the rest of the world, but judging by what was said in the document?
The more you talk, the more of a wickedly enthusiastic grin Terry gets on his face. Starts to nod along with you. Is all this sort of stuff. And yeah, it's quite something, ain't it?
It's insane.
You read it as is, it by all means should be impossible. There's so many things in there that just that shouldn't be the way that it is. Not as far as we understand it. But of course, we don't have all the facts. And that's critical part of this all.
It is, isn't it? And how did he even travel from his manor to what now is Settleton? Well, the inner part of Settleton. How did he come from Roundyburg up to Settleton for a day? Was he teleporting somehow? Maybe the doors we found have something to do with it. Maybe there is I believe these doors that we found and whatever is below Rahaford has everything to do with whatever was going on back in the past. I think we really need to find out what's behind them. But what if something dangerous is behind them? What if we just make it all worse? It's just so fascinating. There's so much to think about, and my brain is just going to explode.
I don't think we need to worry about making stuff worse. Discovery isn't going to harm anyone. What we then do with the information, who knows? Learning
Yeah.
is never a bad thing. Quick point on something you said earlier, not but just a few hours ago, about how you went inside the mound in Ral Halfthird. Contacted a contact of mine in that city, and they confirmed what you said. Not that I didn't believe it, but I wanted to have an analyst's opinion on things as well. Sure as day, he was able to find it, traveled through the little tunnels there, and found those similar markings that you saw against some odd clean stone on the inside of the mound.
Yeah. Well, it is a bit, it's a bit damaging to the ego of one when someone is just so untrusting of their findings.
I'm sorry, I'm not untrusting. You're just not formal employees of mine yet, and I just, gotta make sure that everybody of my employ goes about getting their fair business done as well.
Just getting there. I understand that, and also just letting us read what we just read. It's just I can forget the damage my ego took. It's just been amazing. Do you mind me asking who who did you send to find the wall we told you about? Is it someone you trust?
Yeah. One of my lost seekers. They've been in the city for a little bit, do some bit of communications here and there. If there's something that comes up that's island affairs I want to know about, I ask them, see what the talk of the town is. But I ask them as well. Cute little dwarf lady. She's been living in that city for like 40 years now. She shares the same similar sort of like intrigue into this sort of stuff I do. So
she's not connected with the Zenith Institute at all, right?
Oh no, she's just a private citizen there.
Okay. Sorry, I had to make sure.
It's all right. Margot's a lovely lady, though. You'll probably meet her at some point, I imagine.
Does that strike any memory of that name?
With your keen mind feat, it does not.
Okay, lovely.
Sorry, I was just writing down her name so I don't forget it.
Same.
So, it's obviously plenty to read into in that there diary. A lot of information that, like I said, by all means shouldn't exist. One of the things that intrigued me the most is this talk of a ruby streak in the sky.
Yeah. What do you take of it?
My take, some kind of unknown flying object, some kind of meteor, comet, something in the sky. That's my take on it. To what end? I don't know. Why it's ruby red? God knows. But something in the sky, an omen to people of years gone past. It's always something in the sky, right?
Yeah.
Would y'all be interested in following up a couple leads of my own? I pay you for your time, of course.
You see her anxious eyes just start shining when he says whether we want to follow his leads. I'd very much like to try to find out whatever you've been researching.
Before we make any deals or anything, have you thought about the question I asked before we left previously?
Ah, yes. Baleful Eclipse. Interesting you'd ask me about it, because not too many people use the name itself. A lot of people on this island are passively aware of some malefic force that exists, though few ever use the local name that's assigned to it. But that's all it is, just a local name. It's in fact just a name for something more. A name for
That's what
something
I've heard.
that has existed for an incredibly long time. One of the most evil and malefic beings across the cosmos. A being for which the word wretched was invented to describe. The eternal blat, the unending scourge, the profane father himself, Revetulus, god of corruption. Anxie, as he's saying all this, every neuron in your brain fires off simultaneously. You've read so much about this god before. It is one of the most prolifically written about and known about Malador gods of Zemia. It is very often the one credited in leading the charge to other planets to infect them and to blight them. It is one of the chiefest, most evil powers in this known universe.
You write
And
its
he's-
name down just so I know spell it.
Boom, there it is in the chat for you.
Nice. Oh, I definitely didn't write
So,
that.
and a character, you 100% came to the name, but I would find it possible to pronounce it actually.
Pray tell, young man, I'm curious as to how you've come about that name yourself, for it's seldom spoken among people on this island.
Yeah, do we trust it?
I mean, it depends on you because it is related to your own character. If you ask Kangxi, she's already just so intrigued by what he knows, so she's all in for collaborating with the guy. But this is a personal thing. It's something you
I
should
kind
decide
of want to
on.
do a demonstration, but he needs to have a pretty big room for it.
You shouldn't do a demonstration. No.
He's not going to believe me otherwise, is he?
Why not? If he doesn't, well, that's on him.
The study
I don't
is
think-
sizable
I'll
for
just
what it's
respond.
worth.
I'll just respond saying, yeah, we chat sometimes.
Pardon?
Do you actually chat?
Oh
Wait.
lord, here we go again about these fucking gods. Yeah, so we have some people in this party that fucking talk to gods or whatever that means. It's fucking annoying. Some imaginary beings, silly. Guys, don't tell him that. You will just look crazy.
As just continues snacking on his rations.
I'm sorry. Some of you speak to gods.
Oh
I
yeah, like all of
don't.
them, kind of like. Not me though. Not me. I don't talk to imaginary things.
Zinni gives Sid
Are you
sad
sure,
puppy dog
Cedric?
eyes.
When I say that, I kind of look away and I put my hand on my pocket where the skull of my mother is. Supposedly.
Well,
Give you the sad puppy dog eyes, Scuppy.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a running theme among our group, I guess.
A running theme, it should be damn near impossible. What do you mean you're talking to gods? This is the godless island. Cursed are these
I
lands,
personally
for the
don't.
celestial light does not find it.
Well, I mean, I'd argue
Pirate-
that there's, I guess, from what we've learned, there's one god here, I guess, like, at least. Yeah. The, I can't, you know which one I'm talking about, I can't pronounce it.
Well, to me, there's only one goal, and that's my ex.
And I think, Zinni here talks to a big scythe, which I guess you could interpret differently.
Bone Maven?
Apparently, the Bone Maven's chosen me.
Uh, I'm sorry, what?
What's even a bone maven, right? Makes no sense.
Sid, we should shut up for a second.
Well, I'll just enjoy eating anyway. You guys go ahead.
Zinni,
Go on, Zinni.
you've spoken of the Bone Maven?
Yes.
Are you a native to this
I
island?
didn't even know. Yes. I'm Vinny Squigglesprout, born and native to Northwind. You may know about Granny Squiggle. She was a celebrity.
He rolls a history check.
Does he?
You know what? I do recognize, not Granny, but I recognize the name Poppy Squiggle Sprout. Is that the one?
Yes.
I've been
That's
all
Granny
over this
Squiggle.
island. Yeah, no, I met your grandmother. How is she doing these days? Most wondrous little thing she was.
She's unfortunately no longer with us.
Oh, I'm I'm sorry to hear that. Learning
That's
everyone's
okay.
dead these days isn't no good at all.
Tell me about it.
The weird thing about it all is, when she did pass, that's when I started having the dreams with the Bone Maven. Before that, I didn't even know any god existed. I didn't even know what the word god was.
My God. Oh, You see, he needs to like actually like take a moment for a second. Like his brain is blowing with so many
Crying.
simultaneous like new facts. Like all of a sudden, it's like in the same way that you just read a document that has basically described a bunch of impossible things. You've just told him a bunch of impossible things as well. Throughout all this island's history, no connection has ever been made with the celestial gods that exist everywhere else in this world. Oh, so are you some kind of like chosen one or something? Are you a champion of the Bone Maven? What's going on?
Is that what I am? Am I a champion, Dax? I don't know if that's what I am.
You don't know what that means?
Tell him that.
You can't know because you don't know
I d-
about gods.
Okay.
Would I know?
I don't know. All I know is that I have dreams where the Bone Maven is present, and there's souls, sort of an endless abyss with loads of souls, and I help guide them towards the Bone Maven, who assures me that they're going to a better place.
A couple of minutes ago, he took his legs down off of the desk he was leaning on, and he sat up intently. But as you're describing this to him, you see he gets up rather rigidly and walks to a bookshelf and starts like pull something off the wall and thumbing through it as you're sort of like talking to him. Kind of souls. Oh my God! You didn't even know what a god was before any of this.
Zinni's eyes peer over the book. No. What's this book?
Oh, just a
Can I read it?
Yeah, sure. He hands it to you. It's called Clerics and Their Duties. It's a pretty sort of like bland book for the most part. It actually just like physically describes the usual rites that performed by clerics of each god and stuff. Not all the gods are included therein, but the Bone Maven is. It talks about how most clerics of the Bone Maven are quiet, solitary beings that are very, very sort of like solemn and
That's not what Zinni is at all.
empathetic.
No.
So he looks at this gnome who's like curiously looking around the room saying, "Yeah, no, I just didn't know." And just like he looks at you and he's like reading the description of it. He just like, "Huh, I'm
Yeah, take it all in. It's a lot.
I mean, that god entity or whatever just talks to her when she's asleep. She's pretty quiet then, so it does head up.
Good one.
So,
Good lord. Zinni, do you know what destiny is?
No?
The idea that some being is meant to fill some kind of greater purpose, usually ordained by those who are considerably more powerful than us regular folk. For the first time in this
No.
island's thousands of years of history, one of the Acept is contacting someone on this island. Better still, a native born to this island who did not know of said god's existence before contact was made. It's no wonder you're not like the other clerics of the Bone Maven. Clerics of the Bone Maven are people that have grown up training, learning the teachings, trying to emulate those that have been before. But you're just... Well, I mean, you're you.
I'm about as confused as you are.
I really think that tide's turning here. All of us got a chance to make some kind of monumental change. I don't know what this island is accursed with, but divine favor is something that lets me think I'm on the right path. I want y'all to look into something for me.
yeah.
So, you obviously read Mr. Calnor's diary. Mighty Man Gendrick himself, the man who settled this small town. Settleton. Cute little name. I actually really like it. Simple, but you know, settled town, Settleton. That's nice.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, what is a name?
Something that's given to you when you're born.
Sure.
Something that describes you or presents you to everyone else.
And why would you give something a name?
In order to be able to mention this thing.
Yeah, and to differentiate
others?
itself from what it's
To
around.
differentiate, yeah.
So, tell me, with Settleton being the earliest settlement on this island, why does Dragon's Rest have a name?
Yeah.
Gendrick clearly didn't name it himself. He's written it as if it was the given name of the place he landed when he first came to the island. There must be something in Dragon's Rest that emblemizes the name that it is. The name nowadays is understood to mean to reference the greedy trade barons and sit and live above everyone else. It's where they reside, it's where they rest, the Dragon's Rest. Clearly that can't be the case because ain't nobody lived there before Gendrick traveled through. I want y'all to go to Dragon's Rest. Find out why it's called that. Does that sound like a commission that y'all are gonna entertain?
I believe so. We noticed the mention of Dragon's Rest within the journal as well. and we were wondering why exactly it was mentioned when obviously it shouldn't have existed, right?
You got a keen eye for this stuff. I think I'm onto something with you, lad. Not just a bunch of pretty faces and big swords. I like that of adventure groups.
I think we're happy to look into it, but on the condition of I need you to look into something yourself as well.
Oh? What's that?
The name Lekranov.
Lekranov. Interesting. What might that be?
It's the name of a person associated with Richard Luvius.
Revetchless.
I'm not even going to attempt it.
You can practice in your off time. It's all right. I will.
He's extremely connected to it.
Extremely connected. How so? Like, in what kind of way are we talking here?
He used to work for it. It's my understanding.
So he was some kind of warlock?
Possibly. I don't really know many details.
Hmm. All right.
I can show you what he looked like, but I've got a feeling he looked a bit different when he was alive.
Oh, yeah, go on, show me.
So I use Mage Image. I recreate the scene with Lekranov, but I also show what the Baleful Eclipse looks like when it shows to me as well. Like in the background.
Big giant eye. Oh. That's unnerving. So he's looking at you with shifty eyes. You a warlock too?
Say
Oh, it might be, yeah.
Might be. Okay. I suggest that if you might be, that might be the kind of thing that you might want to keep to yourself. Warlocks are never exactly welcome wherever they go, especially in such accursed places where people are so eager to blame their misfortunes on someone.
Blame what I want. I've dealt with it before.
Seasoned warlock at that. All right. Well, I want to thank you again for bringing Brandy's journal back to me. It's genuinely something that's meant a lot to get a bit of closure on. Randy sent me a letter shortly before he went on this little expedition of his, and he never came back afterwards. It's a mighty disappointing thing.
Oh, there was one other thing Randy mentioned to Gwen that might be worth mentioning to you.
yeah, it's been bothering me so much. So if you look at the map, he told Gwen there should be obvious question you should be asking yourself.
Indeed, there should be. You watch as he gets up from his desk and walks over to a big map on the wall. And he stands next to it. So, soon as you look at the map, there should be an exceedingly obvious question that comes to your mind.
You fucker.
It's a question that Randy posed to me in his final letter to me, and one he gave me the answer to. Give it a quick once over, I promise you. It's real obvious. Well, don't feel too bad about it. I spent many years with this right under my very nose, too. This island, accursed as it is, ruled by the 3, previously 4, barons that then came on to be named lords later. Relvin, Halford, Nibblegup, and Andruk, which I'm sure you've deduced in your times as well. The question that came to Randy's mind, above all else, who is Virkil? We've got Ral Nibblegup, Ral Halford, Ral Relvin, and Ral Andruk as well. Who is Virkil? And it was not soon after I got this letter. I was intrigued into this myself. Ral ain't just a bunch of mixtures of letters and nothing like that. It's actually an ancient Demwese word written using the common language. Rel is a prefix that you add on to a place name. It means domain of.
The domain of Virkil. So, yeah.
Where's Virkil? I can't. Is that?
It's the name of the island.
It's the name of the island.
Oh, okay.
You are taking it in your stride. When I read that letter, I damn near tore my study apart. I was so mad that shit was staring at me in the face for so long.
Mm.
I see that curious look in your eye, Anxie.
There are just so many theories in my head right now.
Well, go on, spit them out. I want to hear them all.
I don't know if any of them make sense right now.
They don't need to. They're theories. That's why they're called that.
I mean, what if this whole place is just the domain of something evil, of something wretched? What if Revetchus has to do everything with it? Or I just can't really connect all of the dots right now, and it really it makes me go insane. But who the fuck is Virkil? Have you managed to even find anything about it? Any meaning of this name?
I tell you what. As the newly inducted members of the Lost Seekers, you are owed this information, but maybe not on just an entry level.
I understand.
You can go and find for me why Dragon's Rest has its name and come back to me. I'll see if I can collate some information together to give you the answer to that question.
Does it seem like he knows it already?
Roll an insight check.
And I'll reroll with lucky. Not reroll, but advantage. Well, 14.
You see a genuinely sort of like enthusiastic smile on his face. He's doing very little to hide his emotions and enthusiasm, and in this moment you full-heartedly believe he's just being truthful, but is also realizing he's in a position where he has spent an obscene amount of money and spent an obscene amount of time collating all this information. It's not the kind of thing you would just offer up to anyone that asked if you were in his position either.
What do you guys think? Should we go? I'd very much like to go.
I would also like to go, but we are currently on a bit of a mission.
We've got time.
Do we have time to go to Dragon's Rest and come back?
I,
We
so,
have more than 8 days.
no, so that's for the match. But how long did we have until the guy was supposed to be delivering the cargo
Yeah,
to the drug lab?
That's what I
Well,
thought.
how many days did we spend in the manor? Was it 2 or 3?
It was like 3 in
2, I
total.
think.
Because it takes like a day to
Three.
travel back to and from as
So,
well.
It was 9 days a week, was it?
Yeah.
Yes.
So we
You
had
didn't have an
5, 6
exact date
days.
as well for the drug stuff. He said about a week.
Okay, yeah, we can go up to Dragon's Rest.
How long would it take us to travel to Dragon's Rest?
Should be a day.
That's looking like 24 hours travel, which is like a day and a half, basically.
We've got horses.
Bring it down to a day then.
And Scup's horse likes running fast.
Set off in the morning, you'll be there by the evening.
Okay, we can head off there then.
Guys, should we?
Oh, yeah, it doesn't seem very risky. We're just trying to find out why it's called what it is. Just need to go there and find some books, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Dex, did we sleep at some point whilst I wasn't
Yeah.
here?
Yes, so long rest yourself. Also, I believe last session you paid like 400 gold for the entirety of the mansion to be repaired and the walls repaired as well. Everyone chipped in
Hello?
as much gold as they reasonably could.
Yeah.
It was
That happened.
1,500.
Worth it. Worth it.
How much
Yeah, I think I
platinum is
paid
that?
800 of it.
We've also got this thing where we're going to make some gold coming up. I don't know if anybody told you. but
We have
we
another arena match,
another
potentially.
arena match.
Well, potentially.
How many
yeah.
platinum is it?
I already minused it out of your thing, so don't minus anymore.
Okay.
So what you've got there
Yeah.
is your total now. But yes, that was another thing from last session, Zinni, sorry. A wizard appeared in the middle of town and started looking for you guys. He literally teleported in front of you and asked, "Hey, where's the Wayward Wanderers?" He is a representative of the most famous prize fighting group, the Mage Slayers, from Steadworth, a city that you only know to be notable because it's like it's the arena. It's like if you go to any kind of arena with fighting in it, that is the arena that you go to.
Yeah.
And it's also the city that you knew that Kylos is from. He was from there. He was from a monastic order whose temple was there, and that's where he trained initially. So
Oh,
they've challenged you to a fight, and one of the people who you learned is called Hetra said that she intends to, whether you agree or don't agree to the match, to drag your reputation through the mud.
Okay, cool.
This was a whether you win or lose, there will be money situation, and it was for about 2 weeks from now.
And they'll teleport us there to fight as well, so we don't have to walk there.
so we going?
Yeah, let's go.
If we're going to go, let's go soon.
Anyone opposed?
I mean, I have some
Oh.
history with Dragon's Rest, but hopefully it won't interfere too much.
Let's go see your hometown.
Actually, you've been to Dragon's Rest before, and I think you're the only other member of the party who has. Dragon's Rest is truly a wretched place. It is a place that's like all pompous on just a very, very thin exterior, but holds behind it a massive swathe of people barely making a means to live and regularly starving, succumbing to famine, pestilence. More or less an entire city's population that's been destitute and forgotten about, apart from those who just happen to live in the pretty part of it.
Is it midday?
It is just
Like,
after
what's
midday.
time?
And so your conversation with Terry took like an hour, maybe 2.
Yeah, let's get going then.
All right. You guys grab your horses, which were shackled on like the western side of the city. You just ride them through over to eastern side, and you head out on the open road. Can one of you, whoever's first, roll me a d20?
Who feels lucky?
Me. I want to roll. I'm drawn.
I said whoever's first, sorry. A 10. You can get the next one, Zinni. I'll call you out for it next time. So, you head along a road, which those of you that are a bit more well-learned know that this road is called Pioneer's Path. It is, in fact, the path that what you would previously know just to be called the First Settlers, but now you know one of them, Gendrick Calnor, walked down when he originally, as he wrote, landed in Dragon's Rest and headed southwards. This is the path that he took. It's a nice clear day ahead. You see very, very little clouds overhead. And now that you're closer to the coast than ever, you are really feeling the ocean breeze. Where you are currently, it's quite high cliffs. All around the eastern coast of Ralverkil, it's very high cliffs, apart from the smoothed out beach at Dragon's Rest. And as you venture around, as you can see, just the corner that starts to take you northwards, you get to see the spiked mountains that make up the scarred peaks. And you really get a good look at how just genuinely like spiked they are all towards your direction. It looks like quite a violent ordeal, really. Like it's just a bunch of it's just, it is what it is. Spiked mountains, like a giant scar. Walking down Pioneer's Path, the ground starts to smooth out very quickly. And eventually, as you come into the valley, as it's been described to you and as those of you know it to be beforehand, the entirety of the floor is just an incredibly smooth stone. It's slightly dipped in some, like, as it goes like more gradually to the center, but only very slightly. And it's just the oddest of things. It's not like a path, it's not a floor that's been made. It's just, you know how like brushed cement looks? Like sort of just like that, in that it's just like incredibly smooth. It's about this time that you guys need to take a rest because it's coming late into the night now. You can see Dragon's Rest just on the horizon, but your horses are getting rather tired at this point. I'll say for the sake of brevity, we don't need to go through an entire long rest and watch on that. This is a relatively safe part of the island, and there's very regularly people traveling on these roads. Lots of people that you've come and passed in between and on your way there. many of which you've seen settle for camp a lot earlier than you do. They just pull their cart to the side and just rest. So any of you who expended anything, press long rest again. I believe it was just Ale that used a spell slot. Oh, and Anxie used a lucky point as well.
So, can I use my sending spells
If you want to, sure.
behind the scenes?
I want to do one as well, but I need to figure out what I'm writing.
Who are you gonna send something to?
Sprigget.
Ooh, okay. Filling him in on the journey so far.
Yeah, I'm going to ask him about Dragon's Rest.
Okay. Do you guys want to write those now, or
Yeah.
we? Okay.
I'll do it in my notes.
Yeah, Zinni, you can just write it in your notes on the Discord, and then I'll reply to it with whatever the reply was.
Okay.
So, waking in the morning, you get the crispest coastal breeze that you felt in a very, very long time for all of you. Zinni usually was a very familiar and welcome thing for you, being in Northwind pretty much. Not necessarily on the coast, but very close to it. You're usually used to these very, very cold and whipping winds. It's a nice sort of callback, sort of, in a way. A memory to a place where you spent almost the entirety of your childhood, because no matter where it is a coast, and it feels comfortable. You see some clouds off in the way off to the east, though you have like a significantly better vantage point. They're very, very far off. You're basically on like a cliffside at this point, and being able to see over the ocean lets you see for quite a while. But clouds are off eastwards. They don't seem like they're coming this direction. Heading down and trotting across the smooth stone, you try and take this a little slower, because the horse's hooves don't particularly like just running on straight concrete. And you gently trot towards Dragon's Rest. The first thing that's apparent to you oh, actually. Jay, are you able to come on in here? You've got your... He'll get that message in a bit. He said he'd be in a position where he could. Hey, there he is.
Oh. Yo. Dale?
Anxie, you feel a sending spell coming your way as you awake in the morning.
You will hear in Emmett's voice. Tribbledores update. Nothing to report. Seems that they've gone to ground. Nick suggested that Nathaniel's scared them off. Please, don't try to tell him otherwise.
He hears in return. I mean, it might have been Nathaniel, let's be real. Makes sense. Well, I'll keep you posted on what's happening here. Good to hear from you.
No response to that. He seems happy with that. Or at the very least, like he has other plans for spell slots. Well, that'll be all,
Course.
everyone.
All right. Thank you, Jay.
Thank you.
Have fun.
This one's mine.
Take a look. Do you want me to respond now, or do you want me to just write it? 'Cause it can be private if you want.
Now.
Okay. For the sake of the others, then can you read out the message?
Spriggett, Zinni here. Wondered if you knew why Dragon's Rest has its name. Hope all is well with the wife.
It isn't too long before you get a reply. Oh, Zinni! Hello! Yes, dear, it's Zinni. You remember the little gnome? Lovely girl. Ow! Sorry, don't know
have a
why.
25-word limit.
Just thought it was because of
Yes.
greedy trade barons. That's it.
Okay.
Can I respond? Does it? So this costs a spell slot, right?
You sending another one
Yeah.
costs a spell slot again. So you send
the
a message and
first one
you
that
get
I
a
sent-
reply. So that's one spell slot.
Okay. And is that level 3 minimum, right? Because it's a third level
Yes,
spell.
that's right.
Okay, I'm just gonna do that so it takes it off.
I don't believe
Um,
that takes it off yourself. I think you have to click on the spell slot marker.
It has. It's
Yeah.
come off.
Oh, okay, good.
Nice.
Is there anything else? Like, should I ask him about Ralverkle?
I don't know whether he would know, but you can, yeah.
Yeah, just leave it. He didn't know what Dragon's Rest was.
Oh, that's
Can you
exactly
respond to mine as
25.
well?
Sure, hold on.
Were you calculating mine?
No, I was calculating hers. I just typed it out.
Okay, good.
Oh.
Do you want to keep yours private or do you want to say them out loud?
Well, they're fine. I can just say them out loud.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
So, first thing first, I will send one towards my master. I'm learning so much. Do you know what Verkil might mean? Domain of Verkil? What about Dragon's Rest? That's what she hears.
Takes a while for your sending to come back to you. Like a good 5-ish minutes. But eventually it does. Anxie, No, Petal, I don't know what any of those mean. I don't even know the island, really. Is this really all pertinent to your research?
She ain't that smart, is she? Oh well. Anyway. She hears back. Yes, it's actually major. What do you know about Reventus? The Maldor guy.
You gotta say it right,
Okay.
come on.
Counts as words otherwise.
Reventus?
Revetchless.
Revengeless.
There you go.
Here we go. What about Revengeless? I think he might have a connection to the island or its plague.
Revetchless. Anxie, that's the most terrifying power there is. Do not go and stop all research. You should make your way home.
Well, that's not gonna work out, would it? Oh, it was good talking to you. Well, anyway, so since the person I wanted to tell about these things doesn't seem excited at all, I'm just gonna talk to my friend. So, Carnellon receives a message as well. He hears excitement, basically. I have learned so damn much. My brain is genuinely breaking. I'm so excited. Oh, also some mage slayers want to fight us. So that's new. That's the last sentence for now.
This one comes back relatively quickly, only like a minute or so. Oh, great. Really happy for you. Sounds insanely interesting. Mage Slayers sound intimidating, but you're capable, I'm sure. How's the house going?
He hears in his head, why is no one excited? Oh well, the house coming along. We're repairing it, I guess. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. Gonna have a concert booked in a few days. Probably more magnificent than the last. I've bought my housewarming gift for you. Hope to see you soon.
He was out of the island last we spoke, right?
Yes.
So it's probably the concert as well is out of the island. Okay, cool. Well, that's it. I won't be sending more.
Can I do one?
Mm-hmm.
I send Innkeeper. I just say, morning. Do you know what Burkle means?
Oh, morning. Virkil is the name of the island. Also, you picking up Gwen soon? She's beginning to get worried.
I just don't respond.
With infinite sending spells, I don't respond.
Why would he?
Okay, gang.
Well, actually, I
Mhm.
probably didn't hear Anxie do hers, so I'll send Carnellen the same question, basically.
He basically says the same back. Oh, it's the name of that island. You're on it, I assumed you would have known.
You gotta know your audience.
Okay, I'm done.
Actually, from what you remember as well, Carnellum was the one out of his group who didn't have an interest in history.
I know. I know. That's why I sent it to him, because it was fun. I didn't ask him what it meant, because I knew he had no fucking idea.
So, with the morning now upon us, you guys. What's that shocked face about?
Nothing, you'll figure it out. It's gonna show up.
Okay. You guys head down to Dragon's Rest. Shift and Anxie, with your passive perception, you actually notice it first. And though neither of you have been to the city before, you see how insanely odd this looks. As you crest over one of the last hill before the slope down, you see the city skyline. But it's way higher up than it should be. That's like it's on even like altitude with you. But you're like on a cliffside. The city's on a beach. So whilst the both of you are sort of like questioning what the fuck is up with this city, you start walking a bit more, and then you see that there is nothing underneath it. These houses are floating. The entire skyline. Oh wait, no, it's not floating. It's held aloft by a bunch of pillars. It's like a city on top of another city.
Can we go below it?
Shut up. It's incredibly weird to look at. You see now the city wall, now that you've got a full scope of what you're seeing, you can see the city wall going around the center. The city wall goes from the beach itself all the way up to embed itself inside the spiked mountains. So there is no way you could get past this without either going over the wall or through the gates that you see in the wall. Looking at the city as well, you've been told before by a couple people that Ralhafthed was one of the most populated cities on the island, followed by Dragon's Rest and Ironfetter. You can see why. Ralhafthed pales in comparison to just the sheer size of this city alone. You can see oceans of housing. The docks filled with boats as they are coming and going, and it's just a massive, massive amount of buildings. In fact, let's take a look at what that looks like.
He's made a map. Wow.
It's a big map.
Yeah, just whip this one up in a couple of hours. Today.
What the fuck are the shadows?
Jesus Christ.
Those
the top
are the
layer.
shadows
Shadow.
from the buildings
the-
held aloft over the top of the city.
Ah, okay.
This is where the proverbial dragons rest within this city. But it's exactly like people have described, a thin veneer of excellence. A very small strip of nice-looking houses along the main road, and then behind it, an ocean of shacks, barely held together abodes, and people starving, dying of disease. It's a wretched place. And the fact that these people quite literally have to live in the shadow of people that have more money than they could possibly comprehend even exists on the planet sets the stage for a truly dismal outlook on life. Andros, as you are a native and this is where you grew up, you can basically ask me anything and I will tell you where it is. Literally anything and everything.
Okay. First question is, where's like the guard post?
Guard post, they are these buildings. So there's 3 of them around the city. Let me draw them for you. This one, and this one. The black buildings that you can see are the main pillar and support beams that operate as elevators and staircases up to the upper residence. These are big, giant, dark stone buildings that are all heavily guarded and basically act as a filter between the rest of the populace and the proverbial dragons that live above. This city
Okay,
is
and-
run by the Bartrand trade family. Though there are other Baron trade families in the district, the Bartrand one is the one that runs the majority of stuff, as well as owns the road through the Scarred Peaks. They quite literally own the entire valley.
Okay, 2 questions then. So first one is, where's the best inn for us to stay at?
What kind of inn are you looking for?
Just somewhere quiet that's like fairly central.
Fairly central but quiet. The closer you get to central, the less quiet it becomes. One of the better things that you could probably do is along one of the sideways. So this is an inn. This is an inn up top. And there's a bunch of inns closer to the harbor as well. Significantly cheaper, but like nowhere near as nice, to put it simply. And there's also an inn here. There's also like several inns along like the central main road, but they are incredibly public and open to display.
Okay, cool.
Andros, as you know the city, should we be as on alert as we were in Royal Hathford?
I would be, I would not try to draw attention to yourselves.
What I mean is, should we hide our gold in our shoes again?
I'm quite surprised you've still got your gold at this point, honestly. But keeping an eye on it's not a bad idea.
Baylor, with your passive perception, as Andros is describing this to you, you see a small child pickpocketing a city guard.
Damn.
I don't want to get involved in anything right now, so I'm not going to say anything. But I will, guys, definitely hide our gold, and I'll tuck my gold into my breastplate.
I quickly sketch out, not like a full map, but just a general like outline of like the main route through the city and such, and I point out like if you're going to stay somewhere, this is a good place to stay.
Okay.
Mark it on map.
I assume I see Baylor tucking in his gold coins in his breastplate, right?
Mm-hmm.
Baylor, could you
Yeah.
please do the same for mine?
Of course,
And I give him my gold as well.
I'll tuck eggs into my breastplate as well.
Okay.
I mean, would I know of like where any libraries are? Something I would have really looked into, I guess.
Library. There's a bunch of like information centers, and there's quite a lot of like. This is a city that loves to lean on its laws and rules. You more or less need a permit to do basically anything, and not having a permit ends you up with a very, very hefty penalty and fine. Taxes are abundant everywhere. From virtually everything you do. In fact, you even tell the group that staying at an inn requires you to pay a tax, which is an additional fee on top of your inn's fee already that the inn will take for you and then pass onwards. This is a city that has a very tight grip around every single one of its citizens and every single one of its amenities.
Okay, and what are the requirements for going up top? Permits wise and such?
Not be a broke bitch.
Well, I mean, we can deal with that, but I presume there's also paperwork involved.
I have an idea. We can go up without going through the proper means.
We can.
I'd like to
I
look
haven't-
around.
I mean,
And
I
see
presume
what's
we'd want to be able to
happening.
walk around without like immediately being spotted. So I presume other people have tried similar things.
Well, they tried flying.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Huh.
Well,
What
I
if
think
they?
like more people climbing than trying to.
Hear me out. What if they fly while being invisible?
I mean, you can do that, but I'm wondering like how many books are you going to get to read while flying
don't-
around invisible.
I don't want to read first. I would like to see the whole place through a bit above the ocean, just see what it looked like. Have a better perspective, because why was this place named Dragon's Rest? Maybe
I mean,
there is.
you can give it a go. The only thing I'd warn you about is if you transform into a bird, be cautious when you're close to the ground because people will try to catch you to eat you.
Yeah, well, about that, I was thinking more of Baylor transforming into a bird and me making him and me invisible and flying up together. I don't have to be a bird.
Do we still have our fancy looking clothes from when we went to Rel Hafford?
We probably do, yeah.
You do.
Could we not dress up fancy and then Ginny's got money?
I mean, you've got money, but not the level of money that they're talking about up there.
Yeah, it's at this point,
wow.
Zinni, that Andros tells you that even with your vast wealth and your title of Sid being Duke Grimscorn, you are still considered broke bitches.
So about the flying, should we?
Yeah, let's get a.
You can give it a go.
Vibe.
While you're doing that, I need to go off to this guard post. I need to go let Pinchy out.
Fair.
I'm just presuming at this point he's
you just walk into the first guard post you see.
Yeah.
You come to the guard post first of all, and you see a whole host of guards outside. A lot of them with their sort of like basically masks, not fully, but like sort of like balaclavas keeping them from just the top of their nose down, and then just like a metal visor around the rest of their head, so their identities are obscured. They say, "What's your business?"
I'm here to bail him out.
Ooh,
The small one you really want to get rid of.
I can only mean Pinchy, but he's at the other one. You have to go down the other side of town.
Okay, thanks. And we head out, I guess.
Okay. So, are you guys going to do your bird shenanigans right now?
Oh, my bird left.
I'm here. I just make me a coffee. But yes, I think we don't have to land up at the top, but getting a bird's eye view of
Nah,
the
I was-
city is ideal.
I was more thinking of not even flying up to them per se, but like flying above the ocean or the
Right.
water.
Like flying out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just-
Yeah. Well, we've got plenty of time. Like I can be a bird for 4 hours.
Yeah. And I can make us invisible for that amount of time.
Baylor, I can tell you while you've been coming into the city, you have some very distinct feelings about it. You're all sort of new to civilization in general, and that's like fine. It's part of your journey that you've been on. But every other city that you've been in has had sort of like proper floors, good planning for districts, and every time you've stepped into one of these cities, you've felt the air of civilization. And everything feels good. But beneath your feet now, there is no pavement, there is no cobblestone. There's just this smooth stone. Not even like it's been made that way, it just is that way. There's been no care put into any part of this city. And the more people mention that thin veneer of aristocracy, the much more distinct and distasteful it feels to you. Every building you walk past along this main road, you get a peek down the alleyway, and you can see at least 20 different houses just from a small peek you get through the alleyway. The stacks, people were clumped together tightly, and it was haphazard and dangerous. This is an ocean of people, all of which look very impoverished. This whole city leaves you with a much more foul taste in your mouth than any has done prior.
I see Baylor's fairly uncomfortable and I say, if you think this is bad? Wait until you see Einfeder.
I think whatever we do here, we need to do it quick and get out. This is not a nice place.
Should we go hide and do our shenanigans?
Yes. Let's get it done.
Could you maybe use pass without a trace so we can go somewhere sneakily?
I don't think I can.
Oh, fair.
Oh, you didn't prepare it? Oof.
I don't think so. I might have. Look at that.
Okay.
Okay.
You
So we
cast Pass
try to
Without a Trace.
find-
Both of you roll a stealth check.
Sneaky stealth check. $27.
A 33. You basically disappear from view entirely, slipping down into one of the alleys and tucking behind a couple of houses where their front doors are not really present. Baylor, you wild shape into
A giant eagle.
giant eagle. And Anxie?
I cast invisibility on both of us.
Okay. So, where is it that the two of you are heading exactly?
I feel like it would be nice to go up in the air above the sea, the ocean, whatever this is, and try to look towards the island and where Dragon's Rest is, just to see whether whether we can find the reason why it's called that way. Just try and look around it, basically.
Okay.
Because my theory is that there was a reason they called it Dragon's Rest, and with all of these things, basically, all these structures, maybe we can't really figure it out within the town or whatnot. But if we try to see from the ocean, maybe we can see something more, or like even a cave, something like anything. So we would be looking for anything that would help us find the.
Okay.
Any-
You fly relatively low. The strong coastal winds masking any kind of like wing beating that Baylor might be making. But you fly out. As you head to the docks, one of the things you noticed first and foremost is the docks is actually where the biggest congregation of people are. And this is where a lot of people are working, and a lot of them look very, very thin and malnourished and just clinging to life. As you get further out into the docks where the ships are ported, you see and spot at basically every ship there is a decently well outfitted security detail for each ship that is holding off a swathe of people begging to be taken on board. Actually, in your brief time you spent in this city, you learned that coming to this island is insanely expensive. Because just the boat itself, heavily taxed, levied. You're taxed for like having a room and having food on your boat. And then once you get here, you're then taxed once more to even be able to enter the city and get off the docks. People who come to this island very quickly find themselves in indentured servitude, more or less modern day slavery, in so much debt that they cannot even leave, and they realistically will never be able to make enough money back to be able to afford to even get on a boat to leave. Many people try to stow away, and those that are found are kept on the boat for its return journey and dropped back off in Dragon's Rest when it returns. The grip that the Bartram family has on this city is never felt as strongly as when you're in Dragon's Rest docks. You fly out further, out over the ocean. It's from here you get a really good vantage point. And one of the things that you notice, with it being at such a wider scale, it's really quite apparent now that the whole of the valley sort of dips. Like a very, very gentle plate sort of stuff. Or like a bowl, rather. Very, very gently sloped bowl. It's only slight, and it's rather imperceptible when you're on the ground, but you can really sort of see it. It stretches all the way out to the spiked mountains that flank either side of the valley. It's also never been more apparent just how thin that veneer is. Literally one single fancy, big-looking house is all that separates you from the rotten wooden shacks of the people that live literally right behind it. All these buildings in the front row are several stories tall, and with good reason, so that most people don't see the horrors that lay beyond it. Roll me a perception check for more information. You too, Balo.
Oh, I roll as the eagle.
Yeah.
You do roll as the eagle.
And I reroll with my lucky point. Oh my god. Okay.
Balo cannot give you guidance because he is flying.
That's totally fine.
I have advantage on perception checks.
But he's an eagle.
Oh, I rolled 2 instead of advantage.
Okay, it's 15.
I will take 15, so it's 19.
2 and 15, 19. Okay.
But yeah, the 15, because it's roll 2, so advantage is 15, and then it's a +4 perception for the eagle.
Okay. What you notice as well, this smooth stone that the floor is made out of, that gently bows, it really does just stretch all the way into Blood Valley. This smooth stone goes all the way, you're assuming all the way to Ironfetter, though you definitely can't see that far. It's at this point, Anxie, that you recall questions that Terry asked you. What is a name? And why do you give something a name? You give something a name because it's different from that around it, or it's particular in some kind of way, discernible from what else is around it. This totally walled-in city just seems to be on a plane of flat stone, and that's it. The only sort of inkling you have is that this central crossroad that happens in Dragon's Rest is pretty much at the dead center of the valley itself. It's equidistant from either side. So it's not skewed in one way or another. That's what you can tell.
How much do we know about dragons?
I'm sure Anxie conceptually knows what they are.
Big, scary.
I don't.
Nailed it.
You would sort of know just by knowing what pseudo dragons are and having, Sizzle around. A dragon is Sizzle, but like 1,000 times bigger.
Yes, just 1,000. So, okay, looking at it from this height, does it look that maybe in the past a dragon crushed this place, basically, and maybe was arrested?
It'd be a hard theory to marry up because when something crash lands and skids, it tears up the earth. Everything within the valley is of this smooth stone.
And fire's
Except
involved.
the mountains on the side of the
Hmm.
pass, which are all
I mean,
jagged.
to me, that just sounds like lava, though, right? Like,
Yeah.
if lava
Shift your
cools,
mics up.
Um.
Pull it down.
Oh no, I've got a desktop mic.
Oh, okay. I just
Yeah,
couldn't
we
hear you
hear
very
him
well.
well.
Sometimes you're a little quiet.
I mean, yeah. What's
yeah,
Scott
still pull it
saying?
down.
We know that it's meant to be sand here, but
All I'm saying, if there's smooth rock, that's either a volcano or lava, which to me is just like,
fire.
yeah, fire, dragon breath, Deathwing.
Like
Y-
dragon glass obsidian.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
But even
that's Game of
still,
Thrones,
obsidian itself is a rather bumpy texture. It's very smooth when you touch it, but you can never find
Yes.
like a straight, like completely like horizontal piece of obsidian because it bubbles. It sort of like
True.
rests in different places. This whole valley, it's like a very, very wide, thin bowl.
To be fair, obsidian is chippy because that's how it's
Mhm.
mined.
A wide thin bowl, like a nest of sorts.
Yeah. Does it look like?
Ooh.
Does it look like maybe the dragon was facing the ocean and the valley is basically its tail?
I say that again.
I mean, that's an insanely big dragon, though. Like, that's humongous.
Yeah.
That's not 1,000 sizzles. That's like 1,000,000.
Brother, I'm reaching real high.
What do
I was
we-
saying that.
Sorry.
I was just saying that I was asking whether the valley looks like a dragon's tail, basically. You can go, Tony.
What do we know about dragons? Do we know if they're intelligent beings or are they like?
They
what-
are intelligent
They definitely
beings.
are.
Arguably some of the most intelligent creatures that you can find, or those that
I mean,
wants to be at least.
Sizzle's probably like the most intelligent party member that we have, so
True
Why
and
don't we
real.
ask
that.
Sizzle about the valley? What does he think about it?
Oh, that's an interesting question.
Yeah.
Does Sizzle? I mean, you guys have to ask Sizzle because Sid is fucking oblivious as fuck about this shit.
We're flying right now. So you and
Oh, he's with
Z
us.
and Andros are together, the three of you.
One
Can
of
we
you
see it
asked.
though, or is it just you two that can see it?
It's just us two right now.
They're the
Ah,
ones
okay.
flying up right now.
I'm just wondering if they were like, if the dragons are intelligent and they're capable of doing so. Is it just like an area where the dragons used to live? But then
What,
I
they
don't
made-
really know
They made like
how
a
big they were. But this could have been something that they were
Yeah.
building upon.
yeah.
Question I have is, so the journal mentioned that the sand on the beach was extremely fine. I'm wondering, how does it transition to this really perfectly smooth
Yeah.
stone? Is it like a smooth transition, or is it just
Pressure.
a line?
I mean, that's pressure. It's really smooth. It's just.
Is there
pressure.
even sand anymore?
You can see on the map that there's sand.
Then
Maybe it's a slide for dragons. They would soak it up during the summer. A slide along it.
I don't think we're finding out
Yeah,
what's
I'm-
called Dragon's Rest.
Do I know what the building at the center of the map is?
It is sort of like an information center. It's also got it functions as a semi sort of like pavilion as well. There's like it's a central place for people to come and rest, see the most beautiful part of the city, but also to get a bunch of information and a bunch of street food and a bunch of all sorts of like nice amenities that you would expect at the very center of a city.
I mean, perfect information. Let's head there.
We're going to tourist information.
It makes you
Yeah.
think of Roller Coaster Tycoon for some reason. You know, like that's where we get the map or something of the park.
By the way, we are doing that mission in order to find out what Randy told the guy about the domain of Burkill. We can literally ask Randy.
I've got a strange feeling it's going to be the same thing when Cedric tried that back at the manor. It's not going to respond.
Ah, yeah, that means
I mean, we could
he's
try it.
long gone. Should we continue flying? Because I don't think there's a point.
Keep looking.
I don't
Yeah,
think he's telling
maybe
us more.
fly along the edge of the city.
You take a look at the northern road out of the city. Gandrick was not wrong. That is indeed a Maverick's path. Though it's been sort of like carved out and paved a bit more, it's genuinely like a mountain hike to get northwards up to where Rydell is. You could definitely imagine with a bunch of that not being carved out as well as it is now, it would have been very difficult for him to travel that way. So his only options really were to travel down the center of the scarred peaks or to venture south down Pioneer's Path.
And if we look towards the ocean, do we see anything?
You see an ocean.
The ocean? Yo.
Incredible.
That's so cool.
Can we fly along the edge of the city towards the scarred peaks and see if that smooth stone continues up as far as we can see?
You fly and you get closer to this. So, where the valley meets the mountains, it's an odd sort of transition where the curving of the smooth stone gets a good bit like of a steeper incline and then transitions to spiked mountains being flung outwards.
So could it be that something crashed, like a dragon crashed on the Iron Fitter side and slid along to Dragon's Rest? Causing the smooth stone and the mountains to be split open.
One thing that is certain and very much feels apparent from your flight and being able to really take it all in on a wider scale, this is so insanely wide. This is an entire city's length, like a big city too, of incredibly smooth stone. Like I'm not talking just like rock under the ground. I'm talking very smooth stone. It has the feel of artificiality about it. This doesn't, just how big it is, how wide, how if it really does extend all the way to Ironfetter, this can't have been naturally formed.
So is that the runway that the dragon was using to take the landing?
I'll say
I-
shift actually with your perception roll as well. You'll see that there's obviously the bowing to it from like widthways, but as you journey towards Ironfetter, obviously it's at sea level when it's the beach. It climbs slightly higher and higher as it goes closer to Ironfetter.
Question about the steady action. How would it work if I try to take it as part of my keen mind? Would I be able to study whether there is something I'm not seeing, or would I be able
Yeah, no,
to
I mean,
just study the place?
taking a perception check is effectively taking a study action, but doing it with an associated difficulty check.
So I've already done it to a point.
Mhm.
Okay.
Also, the transition from stone to sand, you asked about it earlier. It's one of a gradual one. The city slowly slopes down towards sea level, and it's not a hard change. It's a gradual change where like the sand just becomes more and more abundant the closer that you get to the sea.
Are you guys able to see the top level from where you are?
We can fly over the top level to get a look at it.
What do we see then?
As you fly high above what is colloquially known as the Dragon's Nest, you get a look at this upper residence section of the city. All the buildings that are held aloft are incredibly intricate, ornate, fancy looking, and with no purpose. The people from below won't see, the people inside them won't see how nice the tiling on the roof is. This is money being spent for the sake of spending money. You see basically an entire town, more or less, held aloft above this city. Okay, you see lots of people coming to and from inside the buildings themselves. It looks incredibly nice.
The dragons shapeshift to human forms.
The only one who may know about that is Anxie. Roll a history check.
I'll use my lucky point.
Good.
That's
Better.
You've done a lot of reading in your time. You've done less so about creatures in general. And the reading that you did do about creatures was more about how to avoid them. That book series that you read before was one that you've read likewise before. Nothing that you can recall about dragons being able to shapeshift.
And the people we saw being shift, do I find anything weird about them?
Roll an investigation check. You too, Baylor, if you want.
Should I use my last lucky point, guys? Try and get a better one. I'll
Six.
just do it.
-1 for a 6.
Foxy.
Okay.
Does a 14 tell us anything?
Looking through the windows, you see quite a lot of people inside the buildings, walking back and forth past the windows. Whilst all of them are wearing incredibly fine clothing, there's nothing unusual about them.
Do you see any like guards or guard checkpoints or anything?
You do not, but you do not see any way into the upper residence.
Yeah, so how the fuck do they get there?
Well, via the elevators
Oh, they're. Oh,
Come on.
fair. Yeah.
or magic. Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
outside
got
of
to be a way
the
for us to get up there, right? I mean, I imagine whoever lives up there has servants and things that live down on the lower level.
the only entrances that you have seen to the upper residence so far is these giant black pillars that come down to the ground and are dotted all throughout the city.
I think we need to find out how to get up there. What we need to access those.
I mean, I should
pillars
have a
and stuff.
general idea of like if you can get up there from down here.
Yeah, you can get through the. Sometimes it's an elevator, sometimes it's stairs, but you will not be able to. These things are guarded day and night. This is basically the rich people protecting themselves from the rabble below. Nobody is allowed entry through here without the express permission of the Bartrand family or some hyper specific paperwork that would allow so.
We have a.
Would I know
board
what kind of
right?
paperwork it is?
You do not. This was a closely guarded secret. This is more or less treated like a secret society, more or less. Though they are apparent and above you at all times and you can see them, entrance to this is no simple feat.
I think we could just fight our way up.
From our bird's eye view of the upper levels, how guarded are the edges? Like, could we land and then be up there?
What edges? There's a wall and then a roof, and that's it. There's no balconies. There's no place for you to land on top of the roof, and apart from the roof itself.
Are there no chimneys or
So,
anything?
oh, so the whole thing is roofed.
Yeah.
Are there any chimneys or anything?
There are a couple dotted around.
Yeah, that might be an option.
I think for now we should maybe try find a library. From there, maybe try find a city historian of sorts, and then maybe use our reputation as the Wayward Wanderers to try gain some influence with somebody.
I can't think of any other options we have.
I mean, I know a way we could probably get up there, but he wouldn't like it.
What is it?
I think we need to look around down here a bit first. Well, are we worth it? I know some people who probably know a way of getting up there, but we probably have to do something in return that you wouldn't like.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Shady
Andros,
people.
you do know of one person who has been to the upper residence before, who was definitely not meant to be there.
Yeah,
We
and
don't.
you know, for the information about, I presume it would. Yeah, we'd have to do something.
Without a doubt.
we might not even need to go up there. We might find the information that we're looking for.
That's what I'm saying. Like, let's look around down here first,
Mm.
initially.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Where would you like to go, Wayward Wanderers?
We need to land somewhere and meet up with our.
You could just go and land where you were before. That's not an issue.
All right, we'll do that.
All right. So you're on the south side of the city. You land close to the inn that Andros has pointed out beforehand that you're going to be staying at. It's called the Broken Oar. It's a modest place. Definitely not fancy, and all the tables in it are definitely sticky, but it's nice and serves its purpose well enough.
Should we try to find a library and start there?
Yeah, I'm thinking it might not. So, I don't think I'll be too familiar with where libraries are. It's not something I really looked for previously. But the information, like bit in the centre of the city, might have directions to something like that.
It is true that the center of the city is probably the part you're most unfamiliar with, but one of the things that you do know, because it's rather obvious, is that there is a university pretty much right next to the city center. Very well regarded,
Okay.
and is in
What
fact
about that?
where a lot of the nobility of this island send their children to be educated. That is the big orange square building close to the crossroads.
Yes, I'll point that out, and that's probably a good place to start.
It probably is. Let's head there.
Okay. As a group, you begin to travel over there. At one point, Sizzle pokes his head out of Sid's armor and just sort of nuzzles against him. He's like, "Where is this? What was this called?"
Yeah, good question, buddy.
Come on, you've been walking here the whole time. Where are we?
Listen, I just follow these people around. Wherever we go, I'm flying, I'm walking, here's always.
He yanks on one of your chest here. Well, ask them.
Guys?
Eh?
I obviously know where we are, but Sizzle was asking, where are we?
We're in a city called Dragon's Rest.
Dragon's Rest, that's what I was saying, Sizzle. You really gotta pay some more attention. We're in Dragon's Rest.
Whoa.
But, hey, yeah, I do Little Dragon.
The real dragons here?
Well, I don't know about that. I haven't seen any. Wait, what do you mean, real dragons? Like what? Like bigger versions of you?
Oi, you there. Stop. A guard
What?
approaches you. Come on. I see your permit.
Permit
I was
for what?
literally just about to mention we need to be careful of that.
I need a permit for just walking around.
No, you need a license for that pet of yours.
What? Excuse me, sir. This is not a pet of mine. This is my dear, beloved, best friend.
That's a
His
pet.
name is
Where's your
Sizzle.
license?
That's a pet. Fuck off. Who the fuck do you think you are, huh?
And I roll for intimidation.
Ooh. Go ahead and roll, buddy.
You don't fucking call Sissel pet. Fuck off.
Is it a strength intimidation?
Okay. As you sort of like tense your muscles and square up a bit, you watch as the guard sort of like puts a hand on his sword. You watch what you fucking say.
Listen, mate.
Big old
I can
beast
keep
like
you
you,
informed.
gone mad in the middle of the city, and cut you down, no one would ask any questions. Where's
Cut
your
me down.
license?
Sir, and I'll step in. We've just arrived in the city. We've come from Settleton. We didn't know we need a license. Where do we go and get
So
one?
you don't have a license? That'll be 50 gold.
For fuck's sake. 50 gold? What, for a license or just to pay you off, you little shit?
That's the fee for not having a license to carry a pet around.
And will that 50 gold also get us the license to carry the pet around?
No, that's the fine, dipshit. You go and get the license somewhere
Oh.
else.
For fuck's sake. It's not
No,
a
no,
pet.
no.
Who do we pay the 50 gold fine to?
Me?
And you give us a receipt for the fine.
Fuck off, I give you a receipt. What do you think I am? Pay the fine, or I'm gonna cut you the fuck down.
Dex, while this is going on,
I'd like to see you try, little man.
Sorry, say that again, Ale.
Can I try to quickly forge a license?
Ooh.
Can I,
Can I quickly try to forge a license?
guys?
Yeah, I mean, you can't do that hard. It's just got to be a piece of
Who
paper.
the fuck are
basically.
you?
I can try to make him go away.
Oh, yeah.
No. Do you have to be so mean? And without him seeing, with my sorcerer's abilities, I'll cast suggestion with sorcery points, so he can't see.
What do I
And
need to roll for that?
I believe wisdom.
What's the DC?
How much did you roll?
What's the DC?
15.
You rolled a natural 9 for a 9.
Great. So he will be suggested the following action. You seem tired. You're being mean to these lovely people for no reason. They showed you their permit and you can move on with your day. I'm suggesting him to basically ignore us.
Are you really like, these not the droids that you're looking for to this guy right now?
Sorry?
It's fucking Star Wars
Yeah,
thing. It's like one of the most iconic lines. It's like, are those the droids we're looking for?
These are not the droids you're
No. Oh, that's brilliant.
And apologize.
Well, right. Well, evidently, as your lovely companion has said, you're new to the city, you need to get a license. Go and get one, but you, miss, you need to keep control of this one. Soon enough, you'll be needing a license to keep him around as well.
Yeah.
On your way. And he
Thank
turns and
you.
walks off.
Bye. No, let's not intimidate any more people, okay? Andros, could you
He's
please
not a
provide us
fucking
one?
pet.
He's not. But we should, try not to make people look at us.
Is Snoopy your
He
dear
sees
best
all-
friend
Yeah,
and
he's,
not
he's
a
role
pet?
playing Sissel right now. Yeah.
Andros, could you please provide us with one of these documents?
I can work on it, yeah.
So you can forge a lot of stuff. The thing is, with the licenses, they're like sort of like a mini contract. You don't know the wording of the contracts here, so you can definitely attempt to forge one. But if it is inspected, there's a decent chance that you don't have the right.
Forge? Could I just have a card that says "I do what I want"?
That's- I think the kind of people that carry those permits are already known to all the guards in the city.
Okay.
So I'm on for now, but I swear to God, if we met one more person who fucking calls this guy a pet, I'll smash his fucking face in.
Or maybe you can imagine you're smashing their face without actually doing it. We don't have to. Like, they're just stupid, Sid. They're stupid. You don't have to hurt stupid people. They're already hurt enough. They can't
It's
think.
not a. You're making like 0 sense right now.
Of course I'm making 0 sense to you.
That's alright, you just don't understand. Alright? That's okay, you know. You're quite smart most of the time, but right now you're not catching up. You just don't understand. It's alright. It's okay.
The rest of you guys can see that Tanks is barely managing herself. She really wants to hurt him. But she's like, okay,
Sid
Sid, you're
notices.
correct.
Sid noticed that you kind of want to hurt him.
Wait, you want to hurt me right now? Is that kind of what you're telling me?
I'm trying not to. Let's move on, please.
Well, I don't know. I think you're just kind of proving my point right now, but that's, you know, alright. Go stay in my arm. Come on, tuck in there. Don't show yourself. Anyway, is there anything to eat in this fucking stupid town?
You're about halfway to the information center before. Oi, you lot, stop!
Hello?
Carrying deadly weapons like that. Where's your license?
Oh, for fuck's sake. You see these fists?
And I hold him.
Those are my licenses, little man.
What deadly weapons?
His big fucking axe. His giant black sword. Her big old stick. All deadly
I'd like
weapons
my
that you
sword.
best have a license for.
We must have one?
What? We need a
Yeah.
fucking license for anything right now, and
I kind of like hold my crutch and I'm like,
piss off. Fuck off.
Excuse me, sir. We are just headed to the information centre to get all of our licenses as we speak.
Oh,
If you
Yes.
may, we'll be on our way now to go get those licenses.
Zinni, roll me a persuasion check with advantage. Sid, roll
Can
me
I
an
come
intimidation check with advantage.
me?
Yeah.
Alright, okay, yeah, alright.
Great
That's
thinking,
what you
Tony.
do.
What the... Oh, fucking alright, on you go then, go on. You rolled a
Oh,
2.
that's right, little man.
Always unlucky.
I'm rolling bad this session. Alright.
Can these guards piss off now?
Also,
What shit we
I
need
just
to
want
do?
to clarify. Like, Sid is not aggressive, but he just doesn't like this rueful
Being
it's all right,
accosted.
okay. Yeah, that's just not. He's used to be free in the forest to do whatever he wants, and then this is just fucking bullshit. Like what? Permit for fucking breeding now? Like to him it makes no sense, and he feels like he's being taken advantage of, basically. Doesn't know
Oh,
why,
you
that's how he
are.
feels.
You can see actually
That's what I'm
as
saying.
you like are walking along this street, there are way more guards than you would expect compared to the amount of people here, and you see that at least half of them are trying to shake down the residents for something or another. You either hear them talking about a tax that's unpaid, a license that hasn't been presented yet, or
Guys, all I'm gonna say is that we need to get Sid out of the city very quickly because he's gonna feel sorry for these people and he's gonna get aggressive. He
uh-oh.
does not like this type of because it's not just
I
it's not
mean,
righteous.
I might know somebody you might like then. Scott or Cedric.
I don't know. Get me the fuck out of the city. This is not gonna end well. I'm trying to contain myself. Alright? Right, get these fucking permits and let's get the fuck out of here.
So,
The way Snoopy looks at me when I do that accent, by the way. He's like, "Who's this guy?"
Papa, what are you
He's like-
doing?
No, he's like,
Oh.
oh yeah, I have the blurry fucking filter on. I'm getting observed right now. It's okay, buddy.
So, you guys eventually make your way to the information center in the center of the thing. The sort of like house-ish thing on the left-hand side of it is the information center. The curved buildings around the sides, they're actually just roofs. It's like a small, like little pavilion, and then the central sort of like looks like some kind of like an indoor market sort of thing. A small, tightly knit one, but you can see all sorts of people going in and out there holding various qualities of street food, but you can smell some unbelievable flavors coming from there.
This does catch the nose of Sid. Is there any smell that kind of just takes over and makes him go there?
You get a distinct smell that is empowered above the others, which is of a very, very spiced meat.
I do want to approach this place, if I'm allowed. I'm walking towards it, team. You can either interrupt me or you can let me walk towards it. I'm walking towards it. Alright.
Okay, off he goes.
What do I see? Is the lady? Is the guy?
So there is like it's a small building, and there are 4 entrances on like the 4 sides of it. It basically goes in, and then there's like a big central sort of like there's like all sorts of like tiny market stalls and small little like, I'm sure you've been in those places before where it's just like tiny restaurant after tiny restaurant with just sort of like the place where you buy the food from and then you leave. No seating or nothing. You just grab a food and go. It's all of that. The center is like bolt up with like a big diamond of shops all facing outwards, and then among the outer walls facing inwards. So you do like a little loop on the inside, and you can loop around and smell food from all different kinds of cuisines, all different parts of the world, if you knew about that at all, Sid. But to you, it just smells like smells you've never smelled before.
Excuse me. That smells amazing.
Oh yes, my sir friend. Hello, welcome restaurant. You want
Totally.
you want food?
Oh, yeah, excellent. I like it. I feel right at home right now. Yeah, I'm quite famished actually. All these fucking guards asking me questions about permits and bullshit like that. Do I need any permits to eat fucking food, or can I order some?
You can order some, but there is a slight surcharge on the food above my normal prices, which the city takes as garnishing wages. So while food is not as cheap as I'd like to sell to you, my friend, it's just slightly more expensive if that's okay. But no permit required, I promise.
Right, so no permit, but for you, in order to sell me food, you have to pay money to the city.
Technically, you have to pay extra to buy food in the city. Is weird. I charge 2 silver for food. Cities say, no, you charge 2 silver, 5 copper. And then we take 5 copper. Is no fun at all.
Oh, Dragon's Rest? This is the worst city I've ever been in. Fucking cunt's rest, if you ask me. Huh?
Oi, 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 my
For fuck's
friend.
sake.
Though many people share your opinion, you may want to keep it a bit quieter, you know?
Oh, I'm not scared of anything, my friend. And I flex up. Anyway, I'm fucking famished. Give me like delicious spicy thing that I'm smelling.
So he turns around, and though these stalls are small, you can see sort of like several very, very small little piggies, 4 of them skewered and rotating each over a fire in one big skewer. They're all covered with some kind of like spice or something. You can see just like all different kinds of like sparks of brown and golden.
Well, good man, what do you recommend then?
I recommend damn near anything there is. That's why I sell it, of course. But I see you eyeing up the little piggies. They're very, very tasty.
Oh yeah, they look great actually. It's been a while since I had a piggy.
All right. Well, like I said before, that'd be 2 silver, 5 copper for 1 little piggy.
Well, you know what, my friend, I'll give you 2 silver and 10 copper.
So
5 copper
3
for
silver.
you. Is that how that works? I don't know.
Yes, it's
There
very
we go.
appreciated, but there is small tax on tips as well. So of that extra 5 copper you give me, 1 will go to city.
Well, actually, fuck that then. I'll give you 4 copper.
Well, then the 1 extra copper will go to city, and I get 3 copper. My friend,
I'll
as
give you
much
2
as
copper.
I like you and find you very amusing, there is the eagle's eye of the city watch is ever present, and I must
What?
inform
There's
you.
eagles around here. In this city.
You start like glancing around the place. All you see is just
I
a
am.
myriad of like banners and everything, but you do see there's an upper rafter up there, and you see a couple guards just stood around minding their business.
Oh yeah, I see. Proper cons up there, huh? Alright, well I just paid a normal price for all these stupid taxes. I'm so sorry, my friend. I know it just costs me money. I just wish. Actually, I'll still give you like a tip so you can get the full.
I thank you, my friend. But you very good day. And you watch. He turns around. He picks one of the little piggies off the spit and just like gets like a loaf of bread and like slaps 2 halves of the bread on either side and like pulls the skewer out and just hands you a literal small pig inside a sliced in half loaf of bread.
I grab it with both hands, obviously, super excited, and I just turn around to the group and be like, "Yo, oh!" Not saying anything, and I just start numbing away.
Is anyone else doing anything in here while the rest of you are sort of around?
Oh, we have a guy on cam. Okay, I get my guy.
I'm probably looking around to see where they're selling maps.
No maps in here. In here, it's exclusively street food.
No, I mean in the like visitor center next to it.
All right, you're in the visitor center. Okay. Snoopy's so cute, man. Oh my god. I'm very good at following orders.
He doesn't want to. He's like, "What is this position? I'm not comfortable."
That's a very bad angle for you as well. It does look like you want to slap him.
I slap him all the time.
Or
Oh, okay. So, like I asked, anyone else doing anything in this small little building?
I'm just taking it all in. Like
Mm.
looking around, looking at all of the people, seeing whether there is anything suspicious looking, happening, stuff like that.
Roll a perception check.
He's just standing there.
It's just on your keyboard at this point.
He's He's very
Couldn't see
confused.
the kitten.
Aw.
There was a kitten.
All right. Anxie, with your 15 perception check, you take a bit of a back step away from the group and just sort of look around. You, before Sid, notice this upper rafters. There's some seating up there for people who want to go eat up there, but it's mainly just guards moseying about their business. But then something catches your eye. Like I described, the inside of this building is sort of like a diamond of little restaurants all facing outwards towards the ring inside in the building. So it means that the very center of the building is sort of like obscured behind all these restaurants. There's a bit of a gap between two of them at one point. And your gaze goes past, looking through at what's beyond in the very center of the building. You see something made of stone. Something upright. Just from the bit you can see, because your vision is obscured, it looks like a foot of some kind.
Is it like a stone statue? Once I notice it, I will bring that to the attention of Zinni and Baylor, since I know that they're a bit more perceptive ones of the group. To try and gauge into whatever that is.
With your help, you point them in the direction. They sort of peer through as well, and they come to the same conclusion you do. That looks like some kind of foot. You can only see like the bottom half because the rest is sort of like obscured by building the restaurants themselves. But you're sort of like looking behind everything. It's quite high up, like the restaurants. So like you really can't see past it other than just this small slit in between the two buildings.
Is there a way to go around the buildings to get to it?
Walking around the rest of this small building, you do eventually find some like very small, narrow little pathway past the restaurants and into whatever's behind them.
Do we need a license to go look at it?
There's no one standing guard to ask for one.
Well,
What do we see?
You walking in?
Yeah.
You walk into this little alcove. You're just behind the backs of each of the restaurants, and they're sort of like stacked next to each other, so you're in some sort of like small, like just a little area. There's no like storage or anything here. It's just like a bit that's been left empty, and you can see why it's been left empty, because taking up almost all the room of this little alcove
It's a dragon.
is a statue made of stone.
Almost.
This small, relatively life-size statue, it's just a bit taller than Baylor. It's of someone of incredibly broad stature. They're clad in armor, from what you can tell. You can see some sort of like scabbard attached to their hilt, and you can see them with one arm holding a shield facing in one direction. What piques your interest more than that is, as you walk around to the front of the statue, you see that this is not a statue of a man. This is a statue of a dragonborn.
Are there any plaques?
Dragonborn man clad in armor.
Is there any text? Anything?
There is no text or placard to be
No
seen.
plague? Black.
How do
Yeah.
we know that they're dragonborn?
Because they've got the face of a
Dragon.
dragon. Their whole body is sort of like scaly. They've got a tail. You can't tell what kind of dragonborn there are because you can't see the color of their skin because they are set in stone. But it is without a doubt a dragonborn.
So that may be it. Maybe back in the... No, never mind. I'm confused.
Roll me an investigation check, Anxie. And anyone else
I'd
that
very
wants to as well.
Very much love to.
And I'll guidance as many people as I can.
That's a nat 20.
Guidance, Zini.
Zinni rolled a
Zini.
nat 20?
I rolled a 2.
Yeah, it's any take a guidance and roll a d4.
Oh, I get a bit more?
Yeah, roll a d4. Baylor's giving
Yeah.
it to you.
You rolled so well.
Nat 20 for a 24. Zinni, you look this statue up and down. You've only seen one Dragonborn before. It was the innkeeper of the Weary Way Inn in Edgewood. There's a guy named Brick. He was a blue Dragonborn. Very nice looking guy. You'd taken a gander over this statue. He's holding a shield, sort of like a bit outwards from his body. Sort of like he's pushing the shield forward. You see no sort of markings or anything on it. It's only just able to deduce that he's wearing armor at all, just because of how the finish on the stone is. You can't see any emblems or anything anywhere. But one thing that you do notice is that his scabbard that is attached to his waist has no sword in it.
What kind of material is it?
Stone.
The statue made of?
So he's not holding a sword, he's holding a shield, but the scabbard has no sword.
Yeah.
Does it look like he was holding a sword and it's broken off?
His other hand is just empty. It's not sort of holding anything. Just sort of like outstretched and by his side, and he's holding the shield forward.
Oh, it's a sheath that's empty.
Yeah, the scabbard is what the thing that holds the sword is called. You sheath the sword into the scabbard.
Can you do detect magic on it?
Don't know if I have it. Oh yeah, I do.
Zinni, you cast detect magic. This statue does have faint aura of magic around it. You can tell it is imbued with some kind of abjuration magic.
What would that mean in the sense of magic casters? Like,
Abjuration is the defensive realm of magic.
okay.
That sword we found in the uplift cave doesn't fit the scabbard, does it?
The what, sorry?
The sword we found in the uplift cave.
No, it doesn't, no. Different material.
Okay, worth a try.
Is the scabbard carved as if it can take a sword, but the sword has been removed?
It is. The scabbard is hollow. Seemingly hollow all the way down.
Anyone?
Which way is he facing with the shield?
He's facing westwards. Anxie, there is some pertinent information that would come to mind because of your keen mind feat, which Plant the player is not remembering, but Anxie the character would remember. It was not just one day ago where you were in a dusty old library and saw mounted on a wall
Oh, the
a
shield.
giant sword made of stone.
And there was a shield, wasn't it?
There's
I
a
remember
shield
the
there as well,
shield.
yeah.
What was the sword like?
It
Was
a
it in...
giant sword made of stone.
From what you can remember, will that sword fit into the scabbard?
Yeah. Can I remember whether it's big enough or perfectly, or something that would fit like a glove in here?
Certainly seems like it would.
So who wants to go back and pick up a big sword?
Well, we might need a document for it to carry it. What if, guys? What if we just make the statue smaller and bring it with us?
Okay, before we do anything about the sword, we need to maybe go to that university, find the library, find a historian, and find out more about the statue. There could be a very important reason why the statue and the sword have been separated. And we might not want to join them back up again.
Well, it's because you need a permit for weapons in the city, so makes sense to. Otherwise, we're gonna have to tax the statue.
Yeah.
True, true.
Let's go to the university.
You leave the small alcove. And you head out towards the university. At the front of the university, there is quite a couple guards standing guard. You approach them.
I first ask Andros, do we need any permits to visit the university?
Do you really need me to answer that question?
Where can we get them?
I don't know. I've never tried to get into the university.
Oh my fucking god. Okay.
As you're standing around talking about this, you watch a couple people walk up to the guards, and the guards step aside and let them in.
Do they look special? Do they have something in their hands
They're
when
wearing
they do
some
that?
very, very fine, fancy clothes.
We do look somewhat fancy. I have a lovely robe. Can we pass by us fancier folk?
I mean, if we try to just not have Cedric talk,
Yeah.
that'd help.
Okay, Sid, you need to be a bit silent now. Could you do that for us?
Am I still eating my sandwich?
Yes, you are.
I mean, if they
Okay.
ask, you can just claim he's your bodyguard or something.
Okay.
I just kind of look at you guys going,
Okay, so Exit goes towards the guards. Doesn't say anything. It has some confidence in her gaze and is trying to get into the university.
You walk up to the
Like
guards
the-
and you stand before them for a few seconds, like the previous person did. Who are you then?
A researcher?
So you're not a student?
No, I'm not a student, but my friend here is one. And I've been helping them with their studies.
Who are you
Who
pointing
are
at?
you pointing at?
I'm pointing out towards Zinni. Because she looked younger.
I fucking knew it when you said it. I was like, she's pointing to me. I know she. I know she is. I just wave awkwardly.
I ain't seen you here before.
Yes. I'm personally not from here.
I don't give a fuck about you. I'm talking about your friend.
Oh, well.
Hello, sir. My name is Binny Wiggle Scout. I am a new student at this place. Why is everyone cringing? Stop that.
Sorry.
Roll
Instead, he's just looking confused while still numbing his sandwich.
roll me a persuasion check with advantage.
As you can see, she has a lot to learn. And that's why she's the student, guys.
Right. Oh. You didn't seem familiar. Well, on you go then. He steps out your way and lets the two of you
Thank you.
past.
Okay, see you in a bit, guys. We just move into the library at university, whatever.
Can I just like go around a corner, go invisible, and just misty step past them?
Misty
So,
stepping would break your invisibility.
Yeah.
Okay, can I just
Yeah.
walk past them then?
It's a while. It's just Bela and me standing there.
Yeah, and maybe Andros.
Well, I'm just looking at Bela and going, "This is a really good sandwich." That's it.
While walking into it, Zinni hears in her head, well fucking done.
Two of you walk in, the door closes behind you automatically. Andros, you've gone invisible and you're trying to follow suit as well. The door's already closed by the time that you hop around a corner, go invisible, and come back. You're gonna need to roll a.
I'll just wait for the next person to follow.
Okay. Could be a while, but in the meantime. Zenny and Anxi, you have found your way into Dragon's University.
Dragon's University.
First thing that you see is a very nice, big, spacious hall. You see along the sides there are small little plinths with different busts of people, all of which are marked as some kind of Bartrand.
Any Dragonborns?
Nope.
Okay.
There are a couple of different doors leaving this place. There is one to your right and there is one straight on.
Any labels?
No.
Fuck. Okay. And does any of the doors look like it's leading towards the library?
They are doors.
Fair. Okay. Okay, now we gotta figure out where the library is. Zinni, can you smell books?
What do you mean?
I don't know. I'm just running out of ideas. Should we try to get inside one of these doors?
Sure.
Which one you like?
How many is there?
2. One to your right and one straight on.
You see Zinni going,
And I'm just like, oh my god.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
the left one.
What?
The
There is
2
no
options were
one to
right
the
and
left.
straight on, so I assume you mean straight on.
Straight on.
Okay.
Straight on it is.
As soon as you approach the door, it opens automatically for you, and you walk through it. You are now in a hallway,
Bricks.
and you see a small sort of like yard on your right through the windows, where there's a small fountain. But all manner of several doors on your left, all the way down this hallway.
I don't think this is the book's place. Maybe.
Zinni sniffs. No. I smell books.
I know she's full of shit, but okay. Where next?
What else do we see? More doors.
So there are
A bunch of
4 doors
doors.
on your left, and there's one at the end of the hallway.
Okay, I think we should maybe move towards the one in the end of the.
The one at the end.
Yeah.
The last one on the left, or the end of the hallway?
End
And-
of the hall.
Okay. You head on through there, and there is now it's a hallway again, but it's like a right angle, and so you have a door on your left, then the whole hallway takes a turn to the right, and then a door there, and then another door that needs to presumably another hallway. This hallway seems to do a lap around the inside of the building.
And we see no people, no labels.
They're
no
all
nothing.
nice, ornate, solid wood doors. There are 2 doors
I'm
that
s-
lead to non-hallway.
I'm starting to
Uh,
hate that.
Anxie, I think we're lost.
Zinni, I second that. I'm very sure we're lost. Okay. I don't smell any books. So it was 2 doors. Well, it was like a hallway, and then one towards each separation of the hallway,
Yes.
presumably, and one before that.
Mhm.
I have a bad feeling, but let's try to go inside this one here.
Okay.
It's just the first on the left then?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Should have gone right, I believe.
You open the door, and you immediately see, open into it, a lecture hall, and the lecturer instantly turns and looks at you. Another one, late again. Come on then, the class just started. Come on in, quick.
Oh God.
Oh. Okay, Zinni, let's go. I enter.
Come on, what are you waiting for? I haven't got all day. I've got class to teach.
I take a seat.
I think so as well.
So, the 2 of you walk up some of the stairs, and then find a seat. You see several students in here, probably about like 25-ish. Each of them have like several stacks of books and are writing notes rather intently. You see a bunch of writing on the board. It is in a language you do not understand. Yes, as I was saying, Infernal is the language of the house, and the script is rather, rather haphazard, as you can see across the thin line here. Is very much the language that the contracts of demons and devils are written in, and these are the normal hallmark is you would see for different sects of different devils will maybe use different phonetics of this, and an entire lecture goes on for 2 hours where you guys sit and
About a demonic language.
are
Surely this
told
is relevant, right?
I kind of like it.
you are told about the infernal language, its uses, how it was made after it was the alphabet was made after it was commissioned by someone who recently became the king of the hells, and then was also subsequently killed and executed by his son because his son didn't like reading.
Okay.
The language stuck
So-
and was then used and formed a lot of the contracts that then were made for demons and devils for the rest of its
Yeah.
times.
So when we sit down before we continue listening to the lecture, Zini sees Anxi just gets her notes out and starts to write everything she's about to learn. Out of awkwardness.
I whisper to Anxi, Anxi, do you think the Baleful Eclipse speaks this language?
I think they might, but those who maybe not. You hear that in your head. I'm still whispering in your head. But those who maybe not, because, well, others that speak deep speech. I believe that the Baleful Eclipse might speak deep speech. I speak that. Sort
What's
of.
the deep speech?
She hears in her head me saying in deep speech something like that. And I won't say it in deep speech because I don't want to sound weird.
No, you need to say it.
Can we, like, very quickly, briefly swap back to me and Baylor standing outside and me going like,
You should really try that sandwich, by the way. Actually, I've been thinking this. As a druid, do you actually eat meat? Because you, like, love nature and shit like that.
Okay.
Sandwich does look very good, Sid, and yes, we do eat meat. It's a natural thing to eat meat. There are many animals which hunt and eat meat, so we do too.
And I'm stood there invisible, and I just say, yeah, for example, the spiders, which, what was that dog's name?
Jake.
Jake, yeah, like the spiders were Jake.
Sid just looks confused around him, like, where the fuck is that voice coming from? Alright, back to the lecture.
You hear in your head, rat of heart, but like extremely deep because I can't do it. No, I haven't.
Are you two whispering over there?
No, it's all telepathic.
Zinni's wasn't telepathic initially, and you're also like
Just first
leaning
one.
into each other.
Was your actual response to him like, no, it's all telepathic?
No.
I'm just like,
Well, come on, there's a question on the board. I'd like you to answer it, please.
Can I make sense of it? Since I've learned the Inferno ever since they started, I have keen mind. Maybe I learned something. What's...
Okay. The question reads, Rokan Genefar Shuburakara.
Fuck.
wait.
Okay, if I use my sorceress abilities, and I detect thoughts on the lecturer for the surface ones to try and figure out the answer, do I learn anything?
Oh, God, but I just so many hours. These little brats keep talking. It's just such a simple question. It's just a prefix to every sort of
no,
contract.
I can't.
Comprehend
I
languages
say
requires you to
what I've
touch the thing,
learned.
right?
Yes!
Yeah.
You could
Can
just
I
walk
walk
up
up
and-
to the front and touch the board?
Do you wanna?
Yes, I want to do that.
Wow, she
Just
does that.
casually, just casually, like, shit talking my way up, like, well, sir, the answer to this
Lady-
question is very simple, you see. I and my friend are very well versed in the language of infernal. And then I sort of lean on the board like.
You go ahead and you sort of like run your fingers over where it's written on the board, simultaneously smudging and wiping a bit of it out in the progress. And it reads, "To what king do you serve?"
You see, it is the prefix or premises, whatever she said in her head, of every pact. And Zini, say what you've read.
It says, "What king do we serve?"
Well, so I just wrote that up there as an example for what you'd find on the contracts, but I just barely taught you how to read the language. I'm quite surprised you can. Have you done any learning into this before, young ladies?
Yeah.
We've been researching it ahead of this class because we're really keen to learn.
Oh, well, I'm incredibly pleased to hear that. What are your two names?
My name's Binny.
Okay,
And my name is Darcy.
Darcy. Okay.
Nice.
It's rather strange. I don't see
Darcy
either of you two
Moonlight.
on the register here at all.
We're
Oh,
new. They still
really?
haven't started it.
Oh,
Yeah.
nothing to worry about. The faculty of this place is rather.
If you could write us down and let them know, that would be great because this happened in our other class as well.
It's a visual problem. You may. I will.
It
You
was
may
very
want to speak to
awkward.
the front desk about this. Okay.
We will. We will.
Yeah, we will.
All right.
So when the lection basically ends, I ask one of the other students, "So, where can we find the library?" We've been trying to, believe me, and we can't.
Teacher's pet. Not telling you. Go find it yourself.
You kind of suck.
Can we ask
Excuse
this
me?
lecturer since he's our pal?
Do you know who my father is?
No, tell me.
He's only the second uncle of the Bartran patriarch.
Oh,
Better watch who you speak to, lady.
okay. And immediately I use my sorceress abilities to make her tell me with suggestion. Roll wisdom.
Well, it's just down the hall. You go to the next door, and then it's the second door on the left.
Thank you, love. Let's go, Zinni. Binny.
You watch her. She's just got this kind of like haze over her eyes, and she just like sort of like forgets where she is for a moment. She's just staring at her notes that she's been taking throughout the lecture.
So Zinni and I go towards the place that she said the library is at, and when we leave, she hears in deep speech, a really broken deep speech, "You suck," in her head, just because I wanna mess with her.
Oh. And she just like frazzled brain is sort of like looking left and right, like she doesn't know where she is.
Good.
You go through the next hallway, and in this next hallway, you take the second door on the left as she instructed. And you find yourself in a nice, quaint little library.
Nice. Do we see anyone in there, or are we just alone?
There's a couple students around for sure.
Okay. Zinni first hears in her head when we were walking towards it, "You did so fucking awesome. You rock." And then in the library, I try to find anything that would help us figure out why Dragon's Rest named that way, anything that's rather from the old times, and anything I would be able to find about the statue we saw earlier. I will try to find information about these things.
Go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
Oh man.
Zinni, you can roll one as well.
Thank God.
I'm not a very good investigator.
You were earlier.
Yeah, true.
You pour through the library. Looking at all the sections, you quickly identify which section you want to go to. It's the one pertaining to history. Curiously enough, though, this section has virtually no island history. This is all world history. A lot of it's academic writings, writings from advisors to kings and stuff like that. You find very, very minimal in the way of histories of the island itself. This is much more of an academic place and less of a scholarly interest sort of place. This is where rich people send their kids to get educated.
Right.
But as you are pouring through the pages, you do find a book on monuments and places of interest of Ralverkil. It talks about the various crafting guilds within Ironfetter. One of them being Banesmith, one of them being Duskforge, all this sort of like house names that have really sort of like stood the test of time and really been established for a very long time on this island. There's talk of Frostbluff on there, the fact that the only place that you can find snow on the island and the fact that it apparates in front of your face is listed as a mystery, more or less, in this book. You also see a small section on the wall of Settleton, the wall that surrounds the inner city, about how it's not the exact original wall, but it's placed in the same place that the original wall was, and it's had to be restored at a couple different points in time. It talks about Esparg Hills for a bit. Talks about the ruins that you can find there. It also has a sort of like citation manually written into the book saying, "Don't go to Julian, it's one big scam." Odd. There's a small section about the mysterious tree on the middle of the island and the lake south of Ralnibelgup. There's talk of a couple different statues around Ralhafted because it's one of the cities with the most statues. Some of them historical, some of them just decorative. And then it talks about a statue in Dragon's Rest of an unnamed warrior missing his sword. And that's it.
So at least we learned some Inferno. Okay, Zini, I don't think we can learn much about the island's history here, but there is some world history stuff to here. So if you want to learn more about clerics or anything that would interest you, you might be able to.
Are there any books on gods?
Quite a few. There's a book
Are there
sort
any
of
that you would
like just going over the Acept and the Malador. Just
The
briefly,
fuck does that mean?
is the two different categorizations of the gods that people of Zemia have given the gods. They don't actually strictly abide by this category themselves, and some of them that are considered Acept are actually rather neutral gods. Bone Maven is listed among them as a god that is sort of like always acts very neutrally, but is considered among the Acept. It's basically good versus bad, but it's way oversimplified. It's just how humanity views the gods.
So, Bone Maven says good.
They're listed as being in the good gods section. They're part of the Acept, but they're written to be always acting rather neutrally.
The other one we learned of today that maybe Andros is speaking to, he's from the bad ones, the Maladors.
I see.
Revetulus is written as one of the chiefest of the Malador. Not that he's
Big
more
scary.
powerful, so to say, but that he's the most aggressive in pursuing his ends. You see written out some of the names that Terry gave him earlier: the Eternal Blight, the Unending Scourge, the Profane Father. All of these are titles that have been allocated to Revetulus, the god of corruption.
It warms in his heart that that she's considered a good / neutral.
Among the neutral ones, by the way, Bone Maven was listed as one of the most important, as having one of the most essential roles, but that they do so and they go about what they need to do indiscriminately. Not judging someone based on their life's actions, but sending them on to where they ought to be once their time on the material plane comes to an end. But that's about all you can garner from that, really. It's a pretty simple book overall.
Cool. Let's go then.
Yeah, doesn't seem like we will learn more. So we try to leave the university. Go back to the rest that have been waiting for us for more than 2 hours.
Class is in session and people are not really coming in or out of the university anymore. And people give you quite a few looks as you start to head towards the main door. But you reach the door, it opens for you automatically, and out you walk. Guards glance at you. Not so quickly.
Yeah, we didn't really learn any new things. Might have to look into another university.
Don't let the Bartrandsy say that.
Hmm. And we just leave. Are our friends there? Can we meet up with them?
You reconvene with your group.
You know, Bella, it's really cool how you can like just turn into like a big bird. I really appreciate that. Oh, that's actually... Oh, hey guys, what's up?
Technically, I can turn you into a big bird as well, Sid.
I prefer my me. I prefer
My
me.
me.
All right. No, I
Well,
don't.
just so you know, you got the option.
Don't have to turn me into a bird. I mean, no offense to you guys. I'm sure it's really great to fly around, but I like myself, my dream version of me. Anyway, guys, let's just get out of here. All right. Don't tell
I
me
love the
bird, please.
confidence. So, guys, we did learn some Inferno. That was very useful.
Your companions have been gone for 3 hours at this point.
Is that all this place had to offer?
Well, apparently there were a lot more classes as well, but we just weren't really interested. The
Yeah,
library,
yeah.
however, didn't really have much information about the islands per se. It had mostly world history, and what we found out was that Julian is one big scam and we shouldn't go there. Learned some about the statues in Rauhafert, which we already have seen, and that there is a statue in Dragon's Rest that's missing its sword, which is something we've already figured out. So, not much, not much. Mm-mm.
Did you ask any of the students who Julian was?
You see, I believe Julian is a town. If you look at the map, so
Julian is indeed a town on the south side of the city.
and the students here not very helpful without a spell used on them. So that's that. We should leave. Because Beanie and I don't like it in here.
Sorry, who?
Yeah, we've got new names. She's Beanie.
That was
Do
my
you have any
undercover
thoughts
name.
on where we can investigate next then?
Do you
Guys.
know of any other libraries, Andres?
Yeah, let me just get my guidebook out.
What were you saying, Cedric?
I don't know, nothing. If you have new names, I do not give a shit either. I already have trouble with remembering my own fucking title.
Oh, Sid, we're gonna drop the name soon, don't
Oh.
worry. We're gonna use the
Oh.
old ones.
Oh, okay, good to know.
It's just for
Okay.
here.
Next, do I
You
know of
guys
any
been out a
more
long
guides
time,
or
by the way.
any actual libraries or anything other than university?
There are no public libraries in this city.
Or a private one?
That about is the
Oh,
best that you
yes.
can get, the private one.
Guess you'll need a permit.
No. We're not
And it
finding
might be
out much.
worth considering trying to see if we can get up top then.
Is it
Yeah.
the night upon us? Shall we look for an inn to sleep at?
It was about midday when you entered, so I would say it's golden light in the sky. We're a couple hours away from darkness.
If you want to lose like a few hours, we can go back in and maybe learn another language.
Sid just looks confused.
For the record now, I will say, Anxie knows how to read the Infernal alphabet. You do not know how to speak Infernal, know what any of it means, but you can recognize the characters and sound them out. You've memorized the alphabet.
And the sentence that Zini
Just like that.
translated,
Sure.
do I remember it? I would say it out loud to the rest of the team just so they know some Infernal as well, because I'm a nice person.
Okay, well, I mean, I need to go north a bit to get Pinchy out. As we can see if there's anything interesting on the way.
We could, yeah.
Yeah.
I would be looking around. I guess we can all be looking around while walking towards Pinchy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You head north for a while. The accosting from the guards has seemed to die down a bit. You get the feeling that maybe midday is more their peak hours for just harassing people meandering around the streets. Nowadays, there's a much higher likelihood that they'll harass someone of some worth and accidentally meet some kind of wrath they weren't intending. You can see them all standing watch as you walk past, and Andros walks up to the guard post. Oi, what you want?
I'm here to get him out.
Bloody finally! Oh my god, I was wondering when someone was going to come for him. Come on in, come sign the stuff. You know the usual.
Yeah.
Leads you inside. You sign some paperwork. 20 gold. Come on, you know.
Can I borrow some gold from someone? I've got 17.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll lend you the rest of the gold you need.
Actually, but before that, yeah, 20 gold. Yeah, last time it was 10.
Fucking. Oh, roll a persuasion check.
Oh my god.
Nah, mate, come on. For Pitchy, it's always been 20. Cough up.
I mean, I thought you'd want to get rid of him more than anything.
Yeah, but
Or
I'm
you'd
at
be
least
paying me
gonna
to take
turn a
him
little
away.
profit while doing so. So come on, 20 gold for a Pinchy.
I don't know, 20 gold. I'm going to have to leave him here. Sorry, you have to deal with him.
We really need him. Yeah.
One of you will come by sooner or later and get him out.
I'm not so sure. He's not got many friends left, as I'm sure you can probably guess.
Well, he can have fun, eat and gruel the rest of his days then. No concern of mine.
Well, I mean, hope you enjoy his whining.
I'll be posted somewhere else tomorrow. No big deal.
I mean, I'm sure you'll probably be hearing from him regardless of where you are. It's loud enough.
Oh my god, fine. 15 gold.
Okay, there you go.
Jesus, you people are ruthless. We ought to just throw you all away. You pay up the 15 gold, and eventually he shouts down to the jailer downstairs, "Oi! Release the little shit!" You just hear from downstairs, "Oh my god, who was it?" You just hear Pinchy calling out already. You hear some chains being undone, a door being unlocked, and soon you just see a little halfling come running up the stairs. "Andros? What the hell are you doing here?"
Well, the same thing. I was here, same thing as last time. Yeah. Somebody has to get you out.
Oh, God. Don't I know it? I was so unlucky this time. The guard
I'm sure you can-
feels like he was about to say something and stops and just shakes his head.
Yeah, I'll give him a look, but it's probably not best to say what you've been up to while you're at a guard station.
Oh, yeah. No, sure. I was rightfully put away, and I have learned my lesson. Yep.
Okay, and we leave.
All right, let's go. And then the two of you walk out rather briskly.
I mentioned to him as we leave, once we're out of earshot. It's not entirely social visit. I might need to meet up with Svarka.
Oh, cool. Yeah, no, she's been asking about you for a while. Do you know where the nearest place is?
I knew where they were.
Well, yeah, I mean
Not-
they've changed,
not
so you
really
haven't been a new one. Okay. Let's just fucking say you bought a map at this point. I can't be bothered to RP you guys buying a map. It's like fun the first or second time. That's it. He points out on your map this building.
Where's this building?
Way top left. It's boarded up, but the door handle still works. You just got to skirt under the boards.
Okay, if you can let Svarta know that I'm back in town, and we might go there and wait there for a bit.
Where are you staying?
I'm not really staying anywhere currently. We only just got here.
I believe you did pay for room and board at an inn, right?
Did we?
I think you pointed to an inn specifically, at least. Maybe you
Okay,
didn't.
then I
pick
let him
one.
know.
It's called the Broken Ore.
Oh yeah, broken all. Yeah.
Broken Ore. All right. I'll let her know. See you around. And he literally
try not to
skips off.
Record again.
He skips off unironically, just going.
Yeah, now I really am skinned. 2 gold left.
Zinni clutches her purse.
All right. Are you guys going to go retire at the Broken Ore for tonight?
Yeah, I think that's probably the best idea.
Mhm.
All right.
Sounds good.
It would be 5 gold for all you guys to stay, but it's actually going to be 6 because of the
Tax.
bed and breakfast levy. So someone pay 6 gold. Don't care who.
I'll pay 6 gold.
Zinni will do it. Zinni will.
I think
Let Zinni do it. She's got
Zinni's got the
money.
most gold by far.
Yeah. Thank you, Zinni.
He's got gold coming out of her arsehole.
Yeah.
You're likely to have some big purchases coming up soon with the mana being restored and everything as well, so.
Yeah, at least
Didn't
until
even
you miss
want
the
it.
session and we spend all your gold for you.
I said we should have asked.
I said she would chip in anyway.
Zinni's a bit frugal.
True, but the mana needed to be repaired because with the walls not being repaired and now no one in it defending it, it was going to basically be attacked by monsters every day from the forest. So they're being repaired. It's going to take about a week for the repairs to happen. So you guys go and retire at the Broken Ore for tonight. It's a nice, simple inn. It's playing some sort of like nautical jaunt, I guess you could say. As just music over ambiently the foyer and the lounging area. You guys retire to your rooms for the night, though. It's just one room for all 5 of you, but you were charged a gold per person.
Jesus.
So, you guys finally lay your head to rest. And as you reflect on all that you've learned, the massive journey you've come across now, traveling what is now half the length of the island.
Before we rest, can we set up a watch?
And we do that next session. As you guys think about all the questions that have been answered, but the few that still haven't, there's a lot that lingers on each of your mind. What exactly are these doors for? What are the lords or barons' roles in all or any of this? The most pressing thing that lingers on your mind is, what are you going to get from this next level up that you've got? You've all leveled up to level 9.
That's my favorite words that are coming out of your mouth.
All right then.
What do we get for a leveling?
So
Lovely stuff.
level 9, a lot of your subclasses will have some pretty big features, and for you spellcasters, you get access to 5th level spells. Big
Yeah.
stuff.
So I get some new spells.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Oh my
what did you
god.
say, sorry? My subclass gets some.
Yeah, your subclass will get a feature. I'll have to figure out what that is for you because you're pretty much playing a custom subclass at this point. I think I wrote down
I'm
some notes of
gonna-
what it's going to be.
Guys, I'm gonna be unbearable. I'm learning telekinesis.
Oh my god.
Okay, well, I'll be picking up teleportation circle. So
No, I'm getting that for free. I'll be picking it up as well.
Oh, you get that
So,
as part of Aberrant Sorcery?
yeah, that's for free, brother.
Ooh.
If you want, you can pick something else. If you want only one person to have it, but maybe having 2 teleportation circle is quite good.
I get Flame Strike and Mass Cure Wounds always prepared.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
Yes.
I get to,
Strike is
to
a
hit
melee spell.
hit stuff really hard more.
What do you actually get, Scuff?
Yeah.
Let me check what you get.
I don't fucking know. But I bet that is what it is. I get to hit shit
Tony.
harder.
Tony, do
What?
you get scrying?
Do I?
Probably.
Check your spells, you should. But that's amazing if you do.
If I level to level 9 now, it will change spells. Or...
I'll do your level up for you
Uh-huh.
throughout the week, so don't bother touching your sheet too much now unless you know what you're doing, know what you're going to add. But I can do that for you throughout the week. It's like no bother.
I get Scry.
Well, you get scrying as
Oh,
well.
That's
Mhm.
so fucking cool.
What does it do?
You can
You
kind of
can-
spy on people from a distance with magic.
You basically say that you cast scrying, and then on which person you do that, and then this person has to roll a saving throw. I don't remember which one it was. Maybe wisdom. Who the fuck knows? And if they fail, you basically start spying on them. You see where they are, what they're doing currently, stuff like that.
Well, I
It's very
literally get to
fucking
hit
cool.
stuff harder.
That is
Um,
exactly what you get, Scub. You get brutal strike.
Yeah. I do. I can turn my reckless strike
Um,
into brutal strike, which either fucks them off or slows them, and it also does more damage.
Actually, is it
Love that.
smart to have 2 teleportation circle casters?
Covered in fucking fur by just having Snoopy on my lap. It's